Okay. Hey guys, sorry I'm late. I didn't come up with an excuse this time. I'm just late.
Don't be sorry.
Okay, I'm late.
A moose arrives precisely when he means to.
I'm not the moose in this scenario.
Well, we're a team, Lauren. We're a team. We're doing this.
Yeah, we're waiting on Patrick. He'll be here in a little bit. He can hang out for an hour or so. Yeah. Anyways, so these witness lists and stuff came out, and I was reading them earlier today, and I was going through hers, and I was like, what am I actually looking at right now? Because this is like a manifesto of someone who is like trying to convince people that she's been defamed somehow.
This is what happens. That's
not what this case is, baby girl. You gotta get it together.
My take is this is what when the judge says you can't just do your case based on pleadings, then you do this. That's what I think is happening here.
This chick hasn't even asked for approval to travel yet. So I did a poll before we started.
Yeah.
How many votes did that have? We had
almost
200 votes. We got LOL no for 58%. So 58% think Laura's not going to show up. And then 42% say yes. I don't know why, though.
I'm part of the 42. I think she's going to show up.
I do not. Patrick also thinks that she's going to show up.
I think she's going to show up. And here's my reason. Okay. I think, there he is. Let's see if Patrick agrees with me. The ALO, he's trying to be Dave Neal. Look at that. That's a good look.
Thanks, man. I take it as a huge compliment, actually. Appreciate that.
You're very pretty.
Yeah, so are you. Well, good looking bunch right here.
Yeah. So I think she's going to show to the DVRO renewal hearing, and I think she's got too much into it emotionally to not go. That's my reason.
But she doesn't even have permission to travel yet.
It doesn't matter. She'll get that right. The last time she got permission to travel, she got it like right before the dates of travel. So
it's just real risky. I feel like, I don't know, man. I mean,
she is living on the edge, Lauren. Have you seen her room? She's living on the edge.
Unfortunately, I have. Yeah.
The edge of, where you need antibiotics, but the edge, okay?
The edge of where you need antibiotics.
I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, man.
I think we all know where that is.
I don't know. The black mold? I don't know. Whatever's happening, yeah.
I think, if I'm her lawyer, I have to tell her.
What lawyer?
Yeah, right. God. ChatGPT, Gingras. I don't even know her criminal attorney's name.
Josh
2.0. Josh
2.0.
That sounds like Tosh 2.0, that show. You guys know that show?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that still on the air?
From the internet.
I think it's on the internet still. But
Patrick, you're not licensed in California, are you?
No.
No. If you were, how much would Laura need to pay you to represent her in this DVRO renewal?
I think just to go through the file, I'd say maybe between $3,000 and $5,000, and then if I decide to take it, trial, you bill differently for trial, the trial prep and all that. So I guess I would have to, if I was struggling, I would take anything. I'd probably go on a $10,000 retainer with no guarantee that I'll take it to trial.
What about her firstborn fake baby? Would you take that?
I mean, apparently someone did for free.
Fuck, bro.
So you're under 20 to 30K to do this job.
Just to look at the docs. Just to look at the docs.
No. To get her through trial.
To trial.
2-day trial. To get her done with the 2-day trial.
No. To the trial. I wouldn't take
I want to know.
$10,000
all the way through the 2-day trial. What's it cost?
Okay, so then I reality would be I'd go through the file, I'd see it, and I'd be $50,000.
So you charge $50,000 to do the whole 2-day trial and be her lawyer for everything.
Yeah, that's assuming I could get an actual continuance. I'd have to enter my appearance, try to get a continuance, and spend that long preparing for it. But right now she has clearly not represented because none of her witnesses.
It's like an outback wilderness.
That was a little bit of a mess.
Yeah, 50 is my knee-jerk reaction, but if I'm looking at it, I'm probably saying 25, but you're not my top priority. 30, 35, okay, we'll see.
Oh, buddy, she's going to want you to be her top priority. Wait, no, she's going to want to be your top priority.
Yeah, well, 100%. I think that's why we have secretaries and executive assistants.
Very good.
But I.
Oh God, who's Judge Mata?
What?
You guys are idiots. Judge Mata says I'm all packed.
Your Honor, I called Judge Mata to the stand.
Well, there's at least two assholes watching this right now who think that's actually Judge Mata or her dad trolling.
Oh, yeah, if I'm Josh 2.0, I'm telling her, okay, it's either gonna get granted like last minute, or like the judge is gonna outright deny it, or the prosecution is gonna object to it.
I doubt the prosecution will object to it. I don't feel like they will.
Yeah, they have no interest in it. I mean, all she can do is make more inculpatory statements.
Well, and like they're sending an investigator out there.
Yeah, right. Yeah, if they're already sending him out
there. Amazing.
Then
what's happening? Wait, what is that?
One of the witnesses is the MCAO investigator.
For witnesses for who?
For Mike.
Oh, we got to get into this list, Lauren. I haven't seen any of this stuff.
I haven't seen any of this. I sent it to you way earlier. Hang on.
No. I don't have any of this. I haven't looked at anything.
I would say this. There's one witness on here that we redacted out of respect for that person. They're a private individual. Laura did a whole mess with their name on these things, and so we're just not going to get into that. So other than that, though,
I'm coming in cold mostly.
Yeah,
coming in cold.
Yeah, because I don't know what's going on.
Oh,
so
okay.
Gotta,
Well, that was my plan. I said I was going to cold read. And then I couldn't hold out, man.
Oh, you read it? Okay. Well, I'm like the proxy for chat because they might not know what's going on. So I'm here for you, chat.
There you go. Yeah, we'll learn it together. And I'll caveat all of this, Bruce, by saying we don't know if any of these people have received subpoenas or if they've already agreed or disagreed, and the judge needs to make a decision on this. So it's all just.
Well, I'm going to say witness number one is probably agreed. But
so what we're really talking about here is the witness list that she wants, her aspirational list.
Well, she was okay. So she was writing, "I intend to subpoena some people," right? And one of those was Meta. And if Stephanie Jones and her rich psychic ass can't get Meta to give her information on social media users like Instagram users and shit like that, Laura Owens is not going to do that with her broke ass in 2 business days. It is not going to happen.
We'll get there.
See, that's why you'd need a lawyer.
Okay, even a lawyer couldn't help that. Like
with an aloe
Lively and her army of Ivy League attorneys couldn't do it. I'm pretty sure Laura Owens and her, bargain bin, maybe former lawyer at this point, could not get it done. But
yeah. I mean, if you had an in at the company, you knew a lawyer in their GC office.
Now, Patrick can weigh in on this. Here's my take, Lauren, to be the devil's advocate to that. My take is that a lot of this is performative, and it's to get her. She just wants to write something and get it out there, as opposed to actually having it like a witness, like you're saying.
Oh, no, absolutely.
Because Blake Lively couldn't subpoena this person. How is Laura Owens going to do it? I agree. I'm saying that's irrelevant because it's about optics. It's not about anything else. What do you think?
If you look at it from that standpoint, you're just looking at optics. This is totally sane.
That's so true. Even from an optics perspective, it's crazy.
I understand. It's like
having your mom do an interview while you're under criminal indictment.
Here's the thing. Laura has an internally consistent story that she's spun over the years. And she's just trying to keep it on rails. Okay. And science and logic and reason and things like that fly in the face of her railroad tracks. So she's just trying to keep the train on the rails. That's my take. Let's read this document.
Her rails, yeah.
Okay, so we have this is the witness list for Laura Owens. Number 1 is obviously David S. Gingras, Esquire, our favorite.
Oh boy.
If he's not too busy writing his blog, I guess he could show up. Attorney licensed in Arizona and California. Maybe you should put an asterisk on that. I don't know. Represented petitioner in her paternity case since Clayton, blah, blah, blah. Expected to testify as a percipient witness regarding respondent's continuing violation of the San Francisco Superior Court DVRO. Mr. Gingras will testify that on April 19th, 2024, respondent's attorney, Randy Sue Pollock, confirmed in writing that my client will not be testifying in the Arizona paternity case. Okay, and they had plenty of time. They sorted that out beforehand and cleared that up, that she is no longer she wasn't representing him in that matter. So I think that's kind of stupid. Despite this assurance.
It's hearsay. It's just, why is this even in a filing?
Well, if she wrote it, I can understand why. Despite this assurance, respondent traveled from California to Phoenix. We all know what happened there. He sat approximately 20 to 25 feet from petitioner for over 2 hours while she testified. And there were only like 40 security guards there. Without permission from the issuing court and in direct What?
That's not true.
Okay. And in direct violation of the active San Francisco protective order prohibiting all contact. Well, did he talk to you? Did he like make contact with you really, or was he just sitting there because he was, served with a subpoena and he had to show up?
Yeah, there was no contact. That's one thing. But Patrick, here's my question. Let's say at one point in time in the past, Randy Sue Pollock was his attorney. And up to a point, time T equals N, Randy Sue says, my client will not be testifying to another attorney. Mm-hmm. And then time passes, let's say it's a week or a month or whatever it is. And Mike, is going to testify on behalf of a subpoena from a different attorney. Mm-hmm. And he effectively changes his mind.
Yeah.
Is there a legal ramification for that? Or is that just sort of standard operating procedure?
They're just normal people. Like they can do whatever. Like your lawyer isn't God. I don't get it. No, there's no. Gingras is basically just saying my fifis got hurt because someone told me something and someone did another thing. But they're just people.
So what they're leaving out here is that it may be true that Ms. Pollock said this sentence or this quote at one point in time, but if there's a point in time further on in time where somebody else said something different, then that has to be taken into account. And she's not taking it into account here. That's the level of discipline and attention of detail I'm trying to point out in this paragraph here.
Yeah, it's.
Can we get this honk my media?
I'm sorry. I'm going to stroke out if we do this all night. I cannot do honk my meat. I do not like that.
Media.
Oh God.
I just want to see Patrick. So okay.
Oh my God. Mr. Gingras immediately contacted court security and local law enforcement after Laura became visibly distressed on the stand. What? That's not true. Providing documentation of the active order and requesting enforcement.
He actually did that before the hearing started. So this is incorrect.
He's going to testify to that, though. He's going to say, and how are they going to? But that's still hearsay within hearsay, which is what I don't think they get. Even if Gingras testifies, I brought this to the court, and the court said, he wasn't allowed to be there. That's hearsay. So.
I mean, if he requested enforcement after the hearing as well as before the hearing, then this paragraph would be correct. It would just be not including all of the information. But I don't recall him requesting enforcement after her time on the stand.
Yeah, that's a good question for him. Why didn't you, if she was so afraid, so upset, why didn't you contact the authorities after the hearing?
Well, she contacted the police the next day. Does that count on all three of them?
Well, this is about Gingras.
No, I know. I'm just being a dick.
Yeah. But I mean, she did that too, and they didn't do anything, which further is like a proof by refutation that these guys did nothing wrong. Because he calls 911 before the hearing, the judge lets them be in the room during the hearing because there's no rule of exclusion. And then she calls the cops the day after the hearing, and they don't do anything. Well, all of these are actionable proofs by refutation.
Right, but all of that, makes sense if you look at police inequality in this country and how they always discriminate against horse girls.
You said that with a straight face too. Autistic horse girls.
I have no.
It's the lower class. They just hate them.
I have no response for that.
But Bruce,
neither did the officers.
Now that my brain is in trial mode,
yes,
they could solicit that testimony that you're talking about right there, that nothing was done after she contacted them the next day from the investigator who's coming from Arizona. Yeah. She can't prove what she's saying.
This is just wrong. Unless he did something that he never talked about doing.
We already know. We have to assume he's going to lie on the stand.
I mean, I wouldn't assume that. I mean,
his credibility has been called into question so many times. Maybe intentionally lie is not fair, but he will make a misrepresentation.
I think he weaves a narrative that's consistent with his goals. I mean,
some people call that reality.
Well, or not reality.
Some people are nuts.
I mean, here's the problem. If I was going to say Gingras lied about something, it would have to be like...
He lied about a lot of things. I'm just saying.
He knew something was true, and he was trying to say something to deceive me on purpose. And I just don't know that for certain, right? Like, he could just be a moron. He could just be wrong. I don't know.
I don't know. How wrong can you be about me being a criminal or not? Let's put it that way.
Fair. And I've also seen a judge.
You may really believe that you committed what was it? Identity theft.
No, obviously not, because he knew it was me right away because I announced myself. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, his arguments are not compelling to a reasonable standard. But that doesn't mean he's lying. These are two different
I think
things.
that was a lie, Bruce. I'm going to say that one was a lie.
Oh, I mean, we can speculate. We can hypothesize that it is, but how do I prove it? That's what I'm interested in. What can I prove?
Well, he said that I reasonably impersonated him, and he, in fact, knew that I did not. So I'm going to say that was pretty clean cut.
I don't know if he knew that, though. I think he might just be dumb.
No, I think that he is just an asshole. But, you know.
Okay.
I have an example of a judge saying he lied.
Hard to prove.
Oh,
really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nice. Give it to me.
Which time?
Basically, the judge was Gingras said he checked this like URL website or whatever, like over a course of a number of years as like evidence of the damage the copyright infringement did, and the judge was like, I don't find that his testimony is credible. Especially because all of the exhibits he submitted for the trial have the same holiday banner. So it indicates that he took them all at the exact same time, not over a course of years. So
I see. So you're saying the filing said I took these over the course of years, and the metadata is like, no, you did not.
Correct.
Okay. That's pretty good evidence.
Yep. So that's why I'm comfortable saying he will at least make a misrepresentation.
He was wrong about you being a cult leader. No, Jane, that's true.
Yeah.
Hey, David. Anyways, following this incident, respondent publicly admitted in a recorded interview with media figure Megan Fox that he attended the hearing knowing he was not going to testify. So knowing that you won't have time to testify in the 2 hours of the hearing does not mean that you can like just ignore a subpoena.
Yeah, and I think the key word here is knowing. So if I say I've been subpoenaed for a 2-hour hearing, but there's 10 witnesses or whatever it is, and in my opinion, my confidence level is very low that I'm going to actually get to testify in the time limit, I might colloquially say, I knew I wasn't going to get to testify because my confidence level was high that I was not going to get to testify. It's not saying I knew I wasn't going to testify because somebody told me I wasn't going to testify. These are two different things.
Yeah, and that's all he has to say in response to that question.
Yeah,
she's
conflating the casual. She's conflating the casual colloquial linguistics here with like a more formal, rigorous, I don't know, affidavit type statement or a statement of science or something. And she's trying to play that game. And it's not working for me.
Not because you know the reality of the situation.
Well, yeah, I mean, I watched the interview and it's like, look, did the guy say he knew he wasn't going to testify because he had some secret insider, conspiracy information? Of course not. He's just colloquially saying, because, he's not like a science guy. He's not a linguistics guy. He's not a debater. He's just a guy saying, I figured I wasn't going to get to testify. And I was right.
Cool. Yep.
She's gonna cross-examine him for 90 minutes.
Well, she's not gonna show up, guys.
A 90.
I think she will. I think we should bet on this one. What should we do, Lauren?
Off camera.
What's our bet?
Off camera, please.
Oh, okay.
Something just for you, not for everyone else to know about.
Jeez. I mean, we could bet like $5 or something. I don't care.
Oh, it costs you way more than that. Mister.
As long as I think we can bet as long as we agree to donate all the proceeds to his legal fund. So
I wasn't
bet
thinking money
$10.
bets, bro. I was thinking something embarrassing, but that works too.
Oh, okay. I don't know if my girlfriend would be okay with embarrassing bets.
Whoa!
Let's get
what? I don't know what your mind just went to, but I'm pretty sure your girlfriend would be okay with what I had in mind. So maybe we calm down on that.
If Mike's GoFundMe gets to what 99%, I'll get it to 100. How's that?
Ooh,
cool.
Is it close to 99?
I don't know.
Where are we
I think it has a little bit of a ways to go.
Somebody link that so I can click on it and find out. Please.
If it gets to 99%, I'll get it to 100%.
I'm willing to bet if we're doing it for if we're doing it for charity, I'm willing to bet $50 she shows up.
All right.
All proceeds will go to the thing. So if I'm wrong, I will donate that to Mike's legal fund.
Mm.
And that is what we call evidence. You can go back. You won't delete it later. I'll give you a receipt, a screenshot. Like that's what I loved about Rachel Juarez's declaration compared to Gingriss's is how she explained.
That was written by a competent attorney.
Yeah, a good writer too.
Right.
Yeah, she's all right. I mean, whatever. I say 100 that she doesn't show up.
Wow.
Okay, rich for my blood, but I'm here for it.
Well, I know she's not going to show up, so I'm not worried.
Okay, Mike is at 91.6%. Of 100%.
Yeah.
That's good.
92 if you round up.
That's great. I'm so happy to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
You guys get it to 95, I'll put on a wig.
Get it to 99. I'll
for
take
10
it
minutes. I'm not wearing that shit all night.
You
home. Guys are spoiled.
You know what? I'll just donate anyway, honestly.
What else do we got here, Lauren? What do we got?
It wasn't for you, Patrick. It was for them.
Oh, now you got me.
Yeah. All right. Where are we at here? So this
number 2? No.
Not quite yet, but almost. Mr. Jingris also possesses knowledge of his Mike's involvement in providing a laptop to a forensic examiner that resulted in a 2,489-page extraction of petitioner's private text messages, which were leaked online to the group Justice for Clayton, which is dedicated to harassing petitioner. Okay, so I said this before, and I'll say it again. If you seek out a certain type of content, knowing that it makes you feel upset, and you choose to consume that content, even though you have the ability to avoid it if you don't want to, nobody's forcing that communication on you. They're not emailing it to you and say, hey, read this. We hate you. You know what I mean? That's not harassment. So
yeah, exactly.
I'm really tired of hearing that.
And that's a theme that's going to run through this whole document, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
I predict, based on what I've seen.
She's obsessed with saying that she's being harassed. I'm like, nobody wants to fucking talk to you. Shut up.
I mean, if I'm in the comments of some random Reddit, with somebody else, with Patrick here, and we're just talking about Laura Owens, that's not harassment. We're just having conversation. The fact that she can go pull the information is not harassment. Oh boy, we got a donation.
And I have a good idea. I'll do it in a second.
The other thing is,
but Patrick, you're not allowed to take your shirt off either.
You better put that wig on, is all I'm saying.
What is all this about, like private text messages? Like,
the 2,500 pages has never been released. There have been some pages released, but that's it.
Yeah, so this doesn't seem right. Like nobody's seen this 2,489 page document. So
no, that's not a thing.
There's no evidence here. There's no evidence here that a 2,489 page PDF was given to somebody who runs whatever. Well, they don't even say what the quote JFC is. Is it the Instagram account? They don't even say. Like, this is just the lack of discipline here is just so disappointing. That's the main thing for me is just her lack of. Like, if I was a disciplined person making this filing, I would say, when I say group Justice for Clayton, I would say exactly what that is. Like a very independently verifiable definition of what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I would provide evidence that shows that this 2,489 page document was sent from the forensic examiner or Mike to the person that is the definition of the JFC. None of that is here. It's all just a claim. It's all telling, it's not showing us the evidence. So it's just poor. I can't independently verify this claim. I don't know how to do it because I don't just for Clayton is vague, and there's no evidence to explain how she connects point A to point B. And we'll see that over and over again in this document. She fails to connect a source of something, like a photo Mike Marraccini might have had, with some other source, point B. She doesn't connect the dots. She just says it and hopes and crosses her fingers that someone will believe it. And that's not how you do science. That's not how you do court. That's not how you do evidence. That's not how you convince the court of public opinion. That's how you indoctrinate people. You just say, trust me, bro.
Browbeat them.
No, if she meant it, she would have given us her Banner Health portal login.
Believing you. Yeah.
Yeah, she also flip-flops between these are totally real texts and these are not.
Yeah, which is it?
So, you know, it's only when they're inconvenient for her that it's like, these are fake. You know what I mean? So,
anyway, I digress.
Patrick's got the barcode up there. Cool, Patrick.
It's so small, though. That's really annoying.
All right. Here. Nope. That's not what I want to do. That's my face. Hang on. What if I put you... There we go.
There you go. If anyone wants to donate.
Pop that real quick, yeah.
But Bruce, I feel your frustration in that way. And then I'm also just so annoyed by the fact that the judge told them she doesn't want declarations. She wants witnesses. So
yes.
This is just really like Omar's was to the point, did what it needed to do. And this just, again, it's infuriating when I'm sure the court would be annoyed by this.
Yeah. Obviously she has Mike here. I don't know if we really need to read this part because we kind of know exactly what she's saying about him because she's beat the horse to death. Well, one of the 8 horses. Anyways. But this part is kind of annoying that she hasn't brought up too much. In pleadings filed through counsel, respondent further alleged that petitioner traveled to New York to confront his employer's HR department and asserted that she has pursued communication, harassed, and publicly confronted him, claims that are entirely false. Petitioner has had no contact of any kind with respondent since 2018, and yet you want a permanent restraining order against him. Has never known his employer's name or address, and has not initiated or encouraged any communication or confrontation. Let me tell you something real quick.
Interesting.
When she was briefly on Twitter last year, trying to fight with everyone, she tracked down my friend's employer, who does not have it listed anywhere.
I remember that.
Listed anywhere. Her contact info isn't online. Like, she tracked this person's employer down and tagged them in a tweet. So I don't believe her. Just saying.
Well, you know, it belies her need for a DVRO renewal. Like, I haven't had any contact since 2018. Okay, so she's admitting there was no contact on the June 10th trial. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, but she's so upset that he went to the June 10th trial. This is like, which is it? This is like internally contradictory. The other problem here is, you know, the thing that bugs me is these things like claims that are entirely false. Like, is it false or true? Like, it's either true or false. Why does it have to be entirely false? She's trying too hard with these adverbs. Okay. That's my
I'm sure this is the tamed down version, though. Like, yeah, I mean, she loves her a good adverb.
I know.
And
well, she probably wrote this all out and it was like a 20-page manifesto, and then she ran it through ChatGPT and was like, "Hey, make this less emotional," because that's what I have done previously. So
that's what I do daily.
Always wait. The drafts of some of the things I've written to my bosses. It's not good.
Always wait 24 hours before you send that email, kids. Always wait 24 hours. And then
Bruce, someone made a good observation in the chat. They said that you're always so let down by Laura's filings. And this raises a good question for me. Have you ever been impressed by any of her filings?
Well, I mean, the majority of her filings were written by lawyers, right? I mean, her Medium blogs. No, there's just nothing.
Yeah, there's been nothing. No.
She doesn't understand standards of evidence. If she had, I don't know, tried to obtain a scientific post high school degree of some sort, like, she needs a scientific education.
Yeah, no logic.
And she doesn't have it, and she can't get there. She doesn't understand what's required.
Yeah, she can't do it on her own.
And nobody, as far as I can tell, has instructed her or been a mentor or a coach in terms of how to do that properly. Unfortunately.
Yeah, that's because if you're not a lawyer and you're seeing this, you're like, wow, this is really good. But you're
No.
not thinking
Who
about
is
it.
saying it's
No.
really good? Who
No,
is?
no.
No,
I don't know
like,
who's saying it's
you
good.
write really good. Not this filing is really good, but like, oh, like she just bulldozes you with words and words and words, and you're like, wow, this is really good.
No, it's really batshit crazy every single time. I don't know what you're talking about.
Here's the one thing I'll give her. If I go back to the Medium blogs, I'll give her this. She can paint a picture a little bit. Okay. She has a little bit of ability to paint a picture. And I don't know if that's GPT or she's actually writing these Medium blogs or getting help. If she wrote like a romance novel, like a Harlequin romance novel, she could probably be like really successful.
Yeah.
Like if she wrote her own version of Twilight and left these men alone and just like got a job writing books, she could have a career, I think. I've scared Lauren away. I've ruined Lauren's life with that assessment, but that's my take.
I'm sorry, I had to vomit.
I know.
Okay, we can move on. I'm sorry.
There's a lot of projection here in this next line, right? And these knowingly false statements to the court illustrate respondents' ongoing fixation and continued efforts to weaponize litigation and public narrative to punish and defame a petitioner. Honey.
Hiccups? No.
Whoa. That was very insightful, but you pushed it in the wrong direction. You know what I mean?
My bad.
No, not you. Her.
Oh,
Anyways, so the family witnesses she's named here is like Peggy and Stephanie, who are the mom and sister of Mike. And if you guys remember, she put out like some of Mike's mom's voicemails to her from like way long time ago, which kind of, refuted her story of, well, I no longer have the devices where all these things are stored on. It was like, yet you saved a device that had his mother's voicemails on them.
That's exactly what I thought.
Yikes. All right.
And you're going to say that in front of an investigator? Well, actually, I guess, yeah. That would be something Clayton could pursue if she lied about that, but the case is over, so... I was thinking, if she lied about discovery, well, she lied to the court, so it could be another. Right, I know exactly. They went with their strongest one.
Yeah, all right.
What the heck?
Expected to test. Wait, is this like is this how you're supposed to list these? Like, aren't you supposed to list them one person at a time? How does that work? Am I just nitpicking?
No, you're right. You want to make it as easy as possible for the court to read this.
I was about to say, because some of these kind of run together, and I'm like, why are you grouping people? But I didn't know if it was just a me thing.
I mean, is this something you would do, Patrick? You would put two people in one 45-minute block like this?
No, it's unclear. Like it's categorized. See, this is like a family witness. I don't know why. It's weird. None of this makes sense.
You're saying the title itself doesn't. You wouldn't do that. You wouldn't say these are family witnesses. You would just list the name.
Yeah, just one, what they're gonna say. Two, what they're gonna say.
Yeah.
So this is all describing, or most of it, I should say, is describing the relationship between Mike and Laura, which was clearly, prior to 2020. Some of it in 2017 or earlier, I don't know. But the judge did say, we're kind of not revisiting a lot of stuff that happened in like 2018 or before. And so most of this is kind of irrelevant to me. I'm like, first of all, why are you cherry picking the messages that you say are fake, but then say are not fake to make this fit when it's going to make you look bad when they can pull the full context of that?
Is there any, well, I have an issue with the first paragraph, but aside from that, is there any text in this section that talks about how this is relevant post 2020 to 2025? Because that's what we need to be concerned with.
Well, some of this is talking about
in
JFC
section 3
again. JFC, this paragraph here, but as far as his mother, no, not to my knowledge.
Judges mean what they say too, so like they may skim this, but they're not going to take any of it into consideration.
Okay,
right.
Can we just see the end of the paragraph of this section 3 real quick?
This one?
Intent of scroll down a little bit so I can see the next page. Okay, collectively supports no. Okay, so. Yeah, if we scroll up now,
there's so many holes in this.
There's nothing. So there's a little bit of text in here about how Stephanie may be relevant post 2020, but there's nothing about Peggy here that's relevant. So it's interesting. She's grouped them together.
Yeah.
As to I think she's trying to sneak Peggy in. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then this first part.
It makes the conclusion, though, make no sense. Like, look at that last sentence, the taken together sentence.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense because she's trying to sneak in. This is what happens in formal debate. Okay, this is why I'm interested in this, because people try to smuggle in arguments through other techniques, and this is one of those techniques. And she says up here in the first paragraph, both of these people witnessed petitioner experience a seizure. So what?
Yeah. And then later saying, but they became corrupted. So believe them when they were on my side, but don't believe them when they weren't on my side.
Right.
It's a double standard. Yeah.
Like I can't even parse this last paragraph. Like,
well, okay, hang on. I want to look at this real quick. So, posting under the handle Justice for MM, the sister has publicly identified herself as respondent's sister and leaked previously unseen photographs she personally took. Even if that were a problem, the sister does not have any sort of order against her. She is allowed to show photographs that she owns or took
anywhere she wants.
Actually, nothing in this section 3 has anything to do with Mike's behavior from 2020 to 2025.
Yeah.
Nope.
Confirming. So this says these include images from a May 2017 horse show and a private birthday dinner. Confirming her as the original source of private material later used to harass petitioner. First of all, I'm not sure that tracks. Second, it still doesn't matter if the private material was like photos on her phone that she took. It does not fucking matter. I don't know why you're harping on this. It looks stupid. And that's not harassment. Showing pictures is not harassment. Again. Yeah. So they're not like nude photos or something like that, which they weren't. Then that's not any kind of problem.
And why would you call attention to this private dinner, which they've already said is evidence of you lying?
Right.
Wait, there was dinner?
Is that the one where she was drinking when she said she was pregnant and having a problem in the hospital? Yeah, okay. Way to go, Laura. Let's bring that back up, huh?
Let's do that. Let's go. But also,
I noticed she didn't address that in her weird filing that doesn't do what it's supposed to do, but she drones on forever and ever.
Let me ask you this, Patrick. If you were writing one of these things, one of these witness lists, you're saying you would just list the person and like a sentence or two about what they're going to testify about? Is that what you would do? Like, this seems like a lot.
I honestly would go to my litigation team and say, do you have any templates for witness lists? And they give me a template, and then I'd fill the template out.
So you wouldn't be elaborating like this with this much detail, presumably.
No, because you really just need to say what a general description of what their testimony is.
Well, here's Mike's. Let's put it this way.
Yeah, because here's my point. When we look at this compared to what Laura's filed, I feel like Laura is basically taking her entire poker hand, if you will, and giving it to Omar. She's just giving him the entire playbook.
Good point. I mean, yeah.
I mean, I would assume, I mean, I don't know. I'm not talking to Omar because obviously he's doing a court case, but I assume he could take this document and just go to town getting his case ready to go.
That's assuming she can even get through all this rigmarole. She can write very well, but direct and cross-examination are difficult. Like, how is she going to get from, like, imagine the conversation with this woman here, former intimate partner. Like how are you going to get from, how do you know Mike? You have to establish that to like you have to establish a pattern of behavior and explain. She's going to have to ask her why she said those things. And that woman's going to have to talk about that. If you haven't prepped that person, it's not going to go the way you want.
No. Did you watch Lori Vallow Daybell interview or cross-examine the lady who had dated her, I guess, ex-husband the night before he was murdered?
No.
And that's exactly what you're describing.
Really?
She went up there and tried to just like tear this lady apart, and the lady wasn't having it. Okay.
Yeah.
And the witness made Lori Valdaybell look like a fool, basically.
Yeah, she's hoping she's going to say this, but I mean,
Yeah.
unless you've had the conversation and prepped it, like, I guarantee at some point, well, not guarantee, but I will bet another $50 that she is going to like be like to one of her own witnesses, like, you lied. Like, she's going to like, accuse a witness of perjury with this list.
I mean, that's my concern.
Well, she should definitely do that to the MCAL rep.
That's my concern. If Laura shows up and she's just by herself, doing all this herself, questioning people by herself, she's not going to understand the rules of procedure and what she can say and what she can't say.
Yeah.
She's going to fall into the same trap that Lori Valdaybell and Sarah Boone fell into over and over again.
Oh, God, Sarah Boone.
Yeah.
Yeah, the judge will give her a little leeway at first, but then after a while, like if it's continues to happen, no. And even then, I might even read these filings and be like, you seem pretty sophisticated at the law, so you should know these things.
Right.
But yeah, all these witnesses are going to be...
So she's got his ex-girlfriend here. Again, what does this have to do with now?
It's just to torture Mike.
I mean,
And
that's
she's
stupid, though.
it's like is she gonna zoom in? Like, this is crazy.
I seriously don't think she's alerted any of these people.
I think the problem with this one, again, number 4, is that this is not contained to 2020 to 2025.
There's literally no involvement after like 2018.
This is not. Yeah. So here's my next question. So if the judge sees this filing, hey, here's my witness list, and it has number 4, okay, Callie. Is the judge before the hearing going to say, look, you have a witness on your witness list that has nothing to do with 2020 to 2025. This is yeeted. Or does the judge, like, can the judge do that, or how's it work?
Yeah, I mean, the judge can call for a pre-trial hearing and say, like, okay, who on here is really confirmed? And if you don't have answers to that, they can say, okay, well, there's not enough time. We're excluding them. Like, who do you need to prove your case? So it can go one of two ways. You could argue your way into keeping all these people if you have a good faith basis to believe that they're going to show. But if you haven't sent out anything and you don't know any, then...
Well, if there's one of those pre-trial things, like, can Omar say, hey, look, this witness number 4 doesn't have anything to do with 2020 to 2025, yeet them?
You can object to a witness. Yeah, you could, but you shouldn't.
Okay.
So this here, it says, I just want to point out, her testimony provides objective validation from a separate partner who, after direct experience, chose to sever all contact for her own protection, underscoring that respondent's behavior presents an enduring threat, not an isolated past event. So I just want to point out again that this was 7-8 years ago, but also we have been over this before, and that is not exactly what happened. I'm not going to say it right now because I don't want to just set it up for her in case she does show up in court. But that's not exactly how that went down. And so that's going to be embarrassing for her if she tries to bring that forward.
That proves Bruce's point again about like, if she doesn't have her ducks in a row with this, it's not going to go good.
No, not at all. All right, let's see.
Josh is letting her do it.
I don't know, dude. That's why I'm wondering if like that's why it's taking her so long to request travel. I'm like, if you were Josh, what would you do right at this point?
I would walk up to the edge of quitting to see if she backed down.
Exactly.
Because you don't want her getting involved in this DVRO matter.
It's going to be terrible for her criminal case too.
Yeah.
So
yeah, especially if I've worked on a plea and the county attorney has signaled to me like at all that, you know, hey, if she like we have someone going to this, like it could be bad, you know. Yeah,
I'm sure Rachel Mitchell's office understands all of this is happening, right?
Yeah,
they're not in the dark here.
Yeah, I mean, I threatened to leave for sure. Or at least set reasonable expectations, which is like if you make an incriminating statement, like I can't help you. Like,
okay, so she can't testify.
Yeah.
I mean, all he can do is say, "Hey, don't do anything that's going to harm our criminal defense."
That's all of it.
But I mean, that's easier said than done.
that started with the trying to renew it again. That ship has sailed.
When it comes to human emotion and being in the moment, that's harder. That's easier said than done.
The main reason I'd be pissed as a lawyer is because I know the prosecution is going to try to introduce character evidence. And usually character evidence, like Harvey Weinstein case, it can't be introduced. It usually gets reversed. But this makes it so much harder because if they elicit all this testimony about past behavior, what judge in their right mind is going to say, no, you can't use character evidence? Oh, like... it just makes his job super hard if they go to trial. But maybe he knows, hey, we're not going to trial. Like, we're going to plead this out at some point.
What the hell?
All right.
Yeah, we're just hanging out. We're just hanging out, guys. It's all good.
What's up?
No, it's all good.
No, it's okay. That person's just a troll. I don't give a shit about that person.
So.
They can go away. It seriously doesn't bother me.
How many people you got in the chat?
Like 500 something.
Nice.
Yeah. Julia Brozick was like some USEF person. Okay, so this is like relating to what the horse, you falling off the horse and the epilepsy stuff, or the, saying that she got epilepsy from whatever, and they're saying that she fell as a result of the seizure, not a riding error. So the riding, issue is not what caused the seizure, but she had it beforehand. I don't understand the relevance here.
I see 2017 and I'm not reading this.
2016.
I'm not reading this. Yeah.
Yeah. So this person is supposed to remember that as well, from almost 10 years ago.
This goes to Bruce's point about her imagined reality, where she believes like everything is law-based. You say that, like, she believes someone has a file cabinet somewhere with every reported incident from May 2016 and is going to just, dig through it and come to court, and it's all going to be right there. Life is messy.
Yeah, dude. Laura has this sort of, I don't know what to call it, like a psychological mindset where she thinks if an authority, right? And you've seen that, we saw this in the search warrant execution, right? She goes to her lawyer, who's an authority. She goes to her mom, who she perceives as an authority. She's constantly deferring to an authority that she believes controls the truth. Okay. So if the Barrow Institute took her case on her testimony that she was a DV victim, the Barrow Institute's piece of paper to her is the truth. In the same way that Neil deGrasse Tyson would document scientific truth, to her, these are the same thing. And if the court says something, the court granted me a temporary restraining order. Therefore, it's the truth. She's conflated the truth with these, appeals to authority, whether they're legitimate authority or not, whether anybody's examined the truth of it or not. And this is her procedural mindset. Okay. And we'll see that throughout this and other things she's done.
And one step further is, she believes if that injury is not recorded in that file, then therefore it did not happen.
Right.
Well, I do think it's funny that, like Tiff was saying, that a horse person has to testify instead of her using her medical records and shit like that.
I mean, the other problem with it is she really
recorded.
She has to tie that witness to something that happened between 2020 and 2025, and she's failed to do that. She could do it. She could say, this person was around in 2017, and then in 2024, somebody did something with that information. But she just fails to connect the dots.
Yeah, there's a way she could use this witness for her, but I'm not going to tell her.
Right. I mean, you got to connect the dots. That's what an engineer would do. That's what I guess a good lawyer would do. I don't know.
These dot. I mean, she's playing a different game, Bruce. She's playing a whole different connect the dot.
Well, she's not connecting them.
It honestly is written like she's filing a defamation lawsuit.
Yeah. We have down here, the next one is Napkin Lady again. We're back to Napkin Lady.
What's up with the maiden names?
Who fucking cares? I don't know. Neutral third-party eyewitness observed the thing on the flight, which was ridiculous. A stranger's observation of like half of an interaction is not going to be accurate. I'm sorry. That was stupid as hell. And he's explained why he behaved the way he behaved, and I find him believable. So, in 2023, I guess is why she thinks this can still be relevant, is that she publicly recounted the same event in Chicken Soup for the Soul. Get out of your comfort zone. Well, Chicken Soup for the Soul has since removed Laura's story and all that from their online platform. They can't take back all the books.
She conveniently leaves that detail out.
Right. I don't think that was a good thing to bring up. But that's just...
Yeah. I mean, she's just giving Omar and Mike so much ammunition to work with here.
Right.
So much material to work with.
Yeah.
And refute.
Yeah.
But the question is, do they even have to?
She has the burden of proof, right? She's the petitioner.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that is where the art of litigating is. So to me, that's Omar's challenge, because you could just, like, my take is like, I'm going to take every single sentence and tear it apart and destroy it.
Me too.
Because I'm just an analytical guy, engineer like that. I think for Omar, the art is finding the places where you just destroy the petitioner's basic argument well enough with few words as possible, so that the judge is like, none of this makes sense, Mike, you win. So that's the art that Omar has to play here.
I guess where you start with that is you got to find the theme, right? Like, what is she saying overall? And it seems like overall relitigating, we just get angry and we think relitigating the past, but it seems like she's saying these things that happened in the past are why I have a reasonable fear currently. So all lawyers could differ, but if I'm starting from that theme, I'm like, okay, so I can ask Karen, have you talked to her since this time? Like, has she shared any question or feelings about Mike and her fear of Mike since this time? Did she tell you about, so I'm trying to bring her into what matters in my theme, but I'm sure there's a million other ones.
Tiff says she's going to start screaming during this next one. You've been warned. So I guess we're getting down to the record.
Tiff is fired up.
Yeah. So this is from the CPS and the HR department at Mike's former employer in New York. I don't really think that this is going to work out in her favor. First of all, CPS would not have told her who made the report. So I don't really know where she's getting a lot of this stuff, but we haven't read through it yet. So expected to testify or provide certified documentation regarding 2 discrete factual issues raised by respondent in this proceeding. I didn't see them raise the CPS issue, so guys correct me if I'm wrong, but I didn't see that.
No.
First, the CPS records custodian or assigned investigator, have you informed them of this yet, Laura? Is expected to confirm that a CPS report concerning respondent was received and investigated in 2024. Petitioner was not the reporting party, and CPS records confirm you wouldn't have the records. CPS records confirm that neither petitioner nor any member of her family was identified as such.
Yeah,
they wouldn't tell you
needed.
That.
How does she know that? Again,
they would not tell you that.
This is a claim with no evidence.
Right.
And we're going to see another one in a minute.
It's hearsay.
Right. And then Tiff is saying CPS will never comply to this request. And I've heard most people say that. It's extremely difficult to get reports from CPS.
The other thing is how she doesn't connect the dots again. She says this report's existence became public only after respondent and his online affiliates discussed it on Reddit. Where's the proof of that? How do we tie Mike Marraccini, respondent, to a discussion on Reddit? How does she do that? There's nothing here. She can't do that. How do you know?
How do you know? I don't know.
It's speculation at best.
Yeah.
And who's going to introduce that evidence?
Yeah. Also, if let's give her the benefit of the doubt and say Mike Marraccini had a CPS call done on him and he discussed it on Reddit. The fuck does that have to do with Laura Owens from 2020 to 2025? Nothing. It doesn't have anything to do with it.
Especially if it didn't come from her.
In
Well,
reality,
I mean,
the report originated.
it's irrelevant because it's not doing something to her.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Like what?
In reality,
She
the report
doesn't-
originated
She doesn't
from.
understand what harassment means.
Right.
She goes and looks for information about people talking about her, and she assumes that's the same thing as people talking to her or towards her or at her. They're not the same thing. This is conflation. And this is the fundamental reason that this is all wrong.
Her theme here is that it's coercive control.
Control of what?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I guess keep controlling her fear to keep her in fear.
Yeah.
But this doesn't say that.
No,
By
there's
doing
just, like,
things she doesn't have to read. She doesn't have to go to Reddit. She doesn't have to go to Discord. She doesn't have to look at Instagram.
Yeah.
There's
Good point.
she's actively seeking all this information. I mean, this document proves she's out there searching and gathering all this stuff. She's doing a pull model. There's no push model anywhere in this document.
So I thought you said poll model, and I was like, Bruce?
Pull.
I pull. Yes, I understand now.
What?
Like, there's no way
I'm
that
saving the
CPS
pole dancing
person
for
will
later.
even be able to testify about like what's in the report. I don't think.
Well,
Yeah.
so she says the independent third party who found respondents' conduct sufficiently concerning to alert authorities. So first of all, you're not going to know who that is. CPS is not just going to tell you who that is, and also you don't know the contents of that report. You don't know that it was his conduct that was concerning, and that's why authorities were alerted. You don't know anything.
And you
So-
think they're going to tell you? Give me a fucking break.
No.
And again, just waste of resources. Like this person who's not going to appear from CPS, but who she thinks is going to appear, they could be like actually helping real kids who need real help.
Yeah.
It's gross.
Okay. The HR department of respondent's employer in New York is expected to confirm that petitioner has never contacted, visited, or communicated with any HR personnel. I don't believe you. And that no record, visitor log, or correspondence supports respondent's claims that she made an impromptu stop to discuss the existence of the DVRO.
Doesn't even know their name.
Wait,
but
wait. Are we still in the CPS section?
She merged these together. Yeah.
They're
Why-
record custodians is the category.
Why are these
Although
in the
she had
same...
other record custodian in a separate section for the whole people.
Oh, this is so badly done.
So bad. I mean, I appreciate the theme, I guess, but at least get
No.
it right.
No, you don't need themes. No themes are needed.
Well,
Horses. Sirocco will testify that I was super set. Buttons needs to testify. I would believe Buttons. That's the one person I believe.
We have to exhume the corpse
Did Mike punch you?
of her dog. Oh boy.
We could get that psychic lady who follows the case to talk to
Robin. Yeah.
Robin.
She's in
Is Robin
chat.
in here?
Is Robin here? I think
Robin
Robin.
needs to
Robin.
psychically connect with Buttons.
she's
I don't know if she can do that or not. Probably not.
Nah, we'll have to ask her sometime.
I've seen crazy stuff on reality TV.
Yeah. Anyways, she says this verification by the HR rep will establish that respondent's allegation was entirely fabricated and reflects his ongoing attempt to distort facts and portray himself as the victim. Again, the projection is very strong here. I'm going to skim over this next paragraph because she says a lot about this person who should not have been. She kind of really fucked with this person and tried to say some stuff that should never be put into filing.
It was really rude.
Yeah, it was, and also I don't believe it's true. So, Attorney Justin Cook she represented Laura through the CROC. We don't need to read that because it just ties into
Aurora.
what the other person was. So number 9 is Miss Ariana Huffington.
Public figure.
Why on earth
Known to
would
petition
Ariana
someone
Huffington?
through her father's professional career. Ms. Huffington. Okay, Lauren is breaking down. Someone read this. Ms. Huffington will confirm that she has
I think
never
what
met,
it looks like.
spoken with, or interacted with a respondent
Who fucking
in any
cares?
capacity, directly rebutting respondents' false public claims of association. Where are these claims of association? Are they
don't
from
know.
2020 to 2025?
2018, yes.
How does if I say from 2020 to 2025, I know Ariana Huffington, how is that domestic violence against Laura Owens? What does this have to do with anything? Her testimony will demonstrate respondents' ongoing pattern of fabrication and self-aggrandizement. Okay. Lauren, do you want to say something about self-aggrandizement when it comes to Laura Owens?
The owner of Huffington Post, I'm sure is going to be here for this.
Oh, God. Okay. I don't know. This lady thinks that her Medium blog was like the New Testament, so I'm not really taking her judgment at face value.
Okay, here's my problem. Laura Owens, okay, she's 35 years old. From her own criminal attorney's filings, she has minimal income and minimal assets, like minimal to no assets, minimal to no income, okay? She lives in a casita on her parents' property, okay? But when she sends emails, right before this this criminal investigation began, she's a CEO boss babe. She's running all of these
sure,
LLCs. She's a podcaster. She's got a famous family. She's got enough money to bury Clayton. You want to talk about self-aggrandizement? This is such projection right here.
Good point. Yeah,
this is such projection.
Didn't she have a whole list of guys she fantasized relationships with and like emailed her mom about when she was
bragging about dating a billionaire and an Olympian and a musician?
I know he's none of them, mama, but I want him. He was just the Bachelor.
And what even if, let's give her the benefit of the doubt. Let's give her the benefit of the doubt and say Mike Marraccini talks himself up out of his ass. He says, I'm the coolest tech bro in San Francisco.
Yeah.
That has absolutely nothing to do with domestic violence between 2020 and 2025.
Also, objection.
There's no point.
Evidence.
What is the point?
MG Law says, how is whether he knows her relevant to the DVRO at all?
Exactly.
I mean, I just assumed that she meant to put Tony Robbins here. So, personally.
Just Ariana Huffington. Your Honor, I'd like to call Taylor Swift to the stand.
Oh my God. Not another
Taylor
person
Swift, isn't it true
Taylor
that you
Swift.
don't know Mike Marraccini? Come on.
Yeah. My God.
5 minutes too. See that? Honestly, you were asking Bruce, would I file anything? I think I might actually file, like give her notice of sanctions for this. Be like, I'm giving you 20 days to withdraw this and file it better or something. I don't know. I
You're
would
saying if you were Omar, or
I would just, this is to me just feels like it's a sanctionable document. Like it's a waste. It's needlessly draws out litigation. I'd have to look at the statute to say what it falls into, but it just doesn't. My gut tells me this is sanctionable.
Yeah, I mean, this is absurd. Like, I'm going to call Ariana Huffington to the stand to talk about how she doesn't know Mike Marraccini. Like, what are we doing?
This next one too. This is also sanctionable, like so long and unnecessary, and against the court's order to not proceed on declarations.
All right. Sorry, I was trying to look at this link real quick that Ducky put in there and see if it had anything to do with Mike, but it didn't. It had to do with Clayton, a Huffington Post article.
Okay.
Yeah. So, anyways, let's. I don't even know what to make of that. Let's move on to the next one. So, this was the stupid one that I was talking about before with the meta subpoena that she hasn't even sent yet. Owner/operator of Instagram accounts, Justice for Clayton official, and victims of Laura Owens. Identity unknown to be identified via subpoena to Meta Platforms Incorporated. When?
Also, if this is true, this is like your all your case except for your boyfriend. So 30 minutes. Also, that's not going to happen. I mean, it's laughable.
No, absolutely not. Because even if they were able to get Meta to comply, which absolutely will not happen, she still would have to then subpoena probably, the email provider or whatever they use to sign up for it. Because you got to know people who are like this anonymous, especially knowing how litigious she is, have not used their real identities to sign up for these things. They probably use like a Proton Mail or something account, and you're not going to get information from Proton Mail. You're just not. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, and like let's say by some wild way that she does get that information, and the person just doesn't show up for the subpoena, the judge is not going to say, "Oh, okay, I'm going to move the trial because this person is so important." This is not like the witness to a murder here.
Yeah.
Right.
So if we get to, what is it, October 21st?
Yep.
Let's say we get to October 21st and Laura Owens still hasn't made any progress in figuring out who the owner / operator of Instagram accounts, these 2 Instagram accounts are. We just go ahead with the hearing, right?
She should file for a motion to continue, which will be denied.
Sure. That's the procedure. She'd say, hey, I have two witnesses in number 10, which should really be 2 items. There's so many problems
I thought you had proof they were all Greg.
I can read this one. It's a mouthful.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So it's justice for Clayton official and victims of Laura Owens, identity unknown. 30 minutes.
I'm going to be right back. I'm going to the bathroom real quick.
Alrighty. They are expected to testify regarding the authorship, operation, and content sourcing for the Instagram accounts, justice for Clayton official and victims of Laura Owens, which have engaged in coordinated online harassment, defamation, and indirect contact directed at Laura in violation of the DVRO. That's a conclusion.
Isn't that a legal conclusion that they have engaged in defamation? Like, no judge has said that these Instagram accounts they haven't been found guilty of defamation, right?
Or violation of the DVRO.
Oh, yeah, exactly. And coordination is speculative.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, a petitioner intends to subpoena Meta to identify the subscribers' registered email addresses, IP addresses, and device logs. I don't know who told her to put device logs in there associated with.
I intend to buy a boat. Maybe I'll buy Gingras. I intend to buy Gingras's boat. Doesn't mean I ever will.
Yeah, or have. As well as uploaded metadata for the posts compiled in exhibits 22 and 23. Just the rigmarole of having to do that seems exhausting.
Device logs.
Like, okay, if I read that she wanted to do that right there would increase my fee by like an extra 5,000 to 7,000.
If you were her lawyer.
If I had to fight Meta, yeah. Yeah, sure. You want me to fight Meta in the next like month? Assuming you gave this to me,
way less than a month, dude.
I know, 3 days. I wouldn't take it probably. Yeah. The operator's testimony is necessary to authenticate those records, confirm content origination, and establish that that Mike and or his counsel provided, approved, or directly coordinated the dissemination of materials used in the posts.
This is a fishing expedition, right?
Yeah, it's a lot. Look at those words. Those are some big words.
I mean, she's got some 50-cent words here, but I mean, if you boil it down, this is a fishing expedition with no evidence, right?
Yeah, I mean, she needs to just stop at it's necessary to authenticate the records, period. Doesn't have to establish, like, you don't know what they're going to establish.
Yeah.
Like, how are they going to establish that either?
This is a good point, because in science, if you assume a conclusion and then you go out looking to gather evidence that confirms your presupposed conclusion, you've done the wrong thing.
It's like the cardinal sin of the scientific method.
Yeah, like you need to just say, I'm going to go do an experiment, and whatever it tells me is what it tells me. I will make my conclusions after I look at the data. She's doing the opposite here. She's assuming a conclusion logically. She's saying, my conclusion is all these people are conspiring against me and they're committing crime.
And they're going to tell me.
So, hey, let me subpoena all the information to go get what I can to cherry pick and prove my case. And we've seen this in the Blake Lively case a little bit too, I think. Lauren's not here, but I think it's kind of similar for some of this phishing or some of these arguments where they're assuming the answer. And then they're like, give me all the evidence so I can sift through it and figure out what matches my conclusion and then make my case.
Lauren is in the potty saying, fuck Blake Lively, which is hilarious. But I was just realizing these witnesses, even if they do show, they're not going to do what she thinks they're going to do, because Mike can also go up there and say, has Mike reached out to you at all, ever? Has he told you to do anything? Like, so these witnesses aren't going to go the way that. I'm curious what exhibits 22 and 23 are, but also not really, because her exhibit list is just another declaration.
They're just going to be like crappy, memes. Well, not crappy, but like crappy for Laura. They're just like, things generally. She doesn't like, things she thinks are, rude to her, crappy to her. They're just things that she is upset by, right?
The operators are expected to testify regarding how private materials, including photos, videos, and screenshots in Mike's exclusive possession, were obtained and uploaded. How they were obtained and uploaded? Okay.
The thing that always blows me away is this idea of exclusive possession or private. Like, she makes an assumption that somebody, like whether it's Greg or Clayton or Mike, is the only person who has some information. And there's no possible other way for anybody else on the planet to have this information. And she just sort of makes a claim that only Clayton could have this information, only Mike could have this information, as opposed to like, well, what if this was something, a photo Mike took and he put it on his private Facebook or something, and his cousin gave it to someone, a JFC person, like that runs Instagram or something. Who the hell knows what the, she fails to connect the dots.
And
right?
the logic here is internally inconsistent. Like, the beginning says, how, so how did you obtain these materials? But then the M dashes say how. So what are you saying? Are you saying that they are gonna say that? Like, it's just so inconsistent. Sorry.
I mean, maybe she's assuming, okay. I don't know. It's sort of like she's making this argument that she's assuming that they'll say, well, I run the JFC Instagram and I got this one photo from Mike because nobody else could have had it. He gave it to me and then I put it on Instagram. And she's sort of like making the argument that that's what that's the testimony she's trying to elicit.
Yeah.
We don't know that that's the testimony anybody would give, right?
Yeah, I'm curious how if the judge would see this. I guess, I'm wondering, are they gonna, like, if she doesn't elicit this testimony from whoever she has, like, that kind of goes against her credibility, because she is filing this in court. So if none of this comes out, I have to think, as the judge, she said all of this and none of that happened. So how can I trust what she's saying now? So how Mike's unserved legal filings, including his 473 motion, so the motion to dismiss, appeared on victims of Laura Owens before Laura was served, with captions stating filings coming soon, approved by attorney, and his legal team has confirmed it, reflecting insider access and active communication with respondent or his counsel. Reflecting it, I mean, I don't know. I mean, good luck. Good luck if you're going to prove that.
What was the caption? Filing coming soon, but it had the filing? That doesn't make sense. Why would you have a filing, but then you'd say filing coming soon? But
yeah, exactly.
I don't understand that.
It's just an opportunity to get an extra jab in, but it's not tethered to the rest of the sentence. That's a lot of these sentences are just very.
The other problem is Gingras has put tons of stuff on the internet before it was available from the docket. Right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think that's the argument we need to get into, though. Like, because she's saying Mike doing that is what's putting her in fear now. So I don't know. I guess we could elicit from Gingras, hey, you posted these things online. Did Laura ever share her concern that she was afraid that Mike may retaliate for you posting these things? So again, just trying to build the case in a way that you can use all of this drivel to your advantage. And I kind of forgot like why I would use that, but it made sense at the time.
I don't know what this goes. Like, what point is she trying to make here? I don't. Maybe it's at the end.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, we can scroll down a little bit.
We'll scroll down, yeah. More. But so I just wanted to point out here, guys, that the filings that I made, which are still not on the docket, because of course they're not, because I'm not a party, and so the judge will have to, I think, approve that. I found them first on jingrislaw.com.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying.
Okay, yes, that's what I was saying.
That guy has posted a lot of stuff before.
I didn't post a single copy of mine on the internet.
Why?
He did.
Maybe she's not arguing that it's wrong to post.
I just had such a light bulb moment about this. She's so fucked.
Tell me.
Well, just the evidence that she's bringing Gingras to testify. Gingras has just done so much to work against her. But every time Gingras posts and antagonizes as JFC, like the argument is there for if you knew she was so scared of Mike, why were you doing this? And that completely undercuts the entire theme of the need for the DVRO.
Yeah, I mean, fair. I mean, plenty of Gingras's behavior undermines this entire renewal request. That's for sure.
I just don't think when I'm being threatened, or if someone is doing something threatening towards me, that I antagonize them.
Yeah, I think what she's really trying to say here is not that it's bad to release a filing before it's on the docket, but more she's trying to connect Mike to these Instagram accounts directly somehow. And I don't know if she's done it. I mean, she needs to get this testimony, right? She's speculating that it could be. How does this work? So if you say, well, it could be that Mike tells the JFC Instagram account something. Therefore, I want to examine them on the witness stand. Like, is that a good strategy? Or should you know first?
Absolutely. You never want to put anyone on the stand that you don't know exactly what they're going to say.
I feel like she is putting witnesses on the stand where she is speculating and just crossing her fingers and saying, I hope they tell me what I want to hear.
What, like Miss Huffington?
Yeah, exactly. Well, this one's a bigger deal than that.
Oh, yeah, I know.
That's just garbage, but
bizarre.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so many witnesses. Like, you have to keep it, litigating is an art. Then you have to paint a picture. And this is like more of a Pollock than anything else. Pollock might be a disservice to Pollock.
Yeah.
Miss Huffington, have you ever met Michael Marraccini? No, but I don't know you either.
Damn.
I can't. Oh God.
That's it. Miss Huffington, did Johnny Depp ever throw you down the stairs? No. What is going on? What is happening here, guys?
That's exactly how I'm imagining it too.
Like, what is happening?
Okay, I'll finish this. Any communications or so I'm on this top bullet. Any communications or coordination. This is what the JFC and other IG are going to testify to. Any communications or coordination with Mike or his relatives or representatives of Mike, I'm assuming, concerning the publication of posts targeting Laura. Okay, well, that's fair. That's the only thing that I agree with. Like, if that's what she's going to put in there, because it's objective, it's not making a conclusion, and it's what she hopes is going to happen. But I think it'll go just like you said, Bruce. They'll be like, no.
This is speculation. We don't know what the answers are going to be.
And I've been in cases where the testimony goes the opposite way that you think it's going to go.
Yeah.
And you get stuck. You're like stuck. And you're trying, and then you turn into like that guy cross-examining Cardi B. Like,
I've heard, I think, Emily D. Baker and Lawyer and all these people talk about these scenarios very specifically in related to cases they're covering. And it's a place you do not want to go as a lawyer.
I don't litigate, but I can barely handle when they go off course a little bit. I'm like, no, you didn't say the one fact we needed. Fuck. How do I say it back? Okay, second bullet. They will testify to metadata. They are metadata. Or message logs establishing no, you're not getting message logs. It's literally case law. That respondent or his legal team directly uploaded, authorized, or supplied content. This is what discovery is for, young lady. Discovery. And that window closed. Authorized or supplied content used to harass Laura, including court pleadings, sealed materials, and defamatory statements. Okay. And the account's coordination with Mike's public appearances, statements, and filings, showing that posts were timed to coincide with respondents' interviews and legal actions. As if like people don't have schedules that they can just check.
Well, I mean, these accounts tend to just react to what's news, right? Like it's not a.
Also, this is hearsay. They haven't testified to that.
I think the way you described it earlier is very apt. Laura is trying to do discovery through her witness list.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And that's a huge mistake.
This testimony will authenticate exhibits 22 and 23. So basically, those exhibits can't be authenticated without this testimony, which means they can't be admitted at trial. Just think about that, Laura. Think about that. And establish that Mike has maintained ongoing communications with the operators of both accounts, constituting indirect contact, harassment through third parties, and DTP under Family Code 6320. Even if Mike denies authorship, the operator's admissions, combined with subpoenaed platform data, will demonstrate that he knowingly supplied, approved, or facilitated the release of private and litigation-sensitive materials. This is very ChatGPT.
What?
Yeah. She forgot to edit that part out. That's not correct.
Okay. Like what if Mike gave a Iceland photo to somebody on Instagram? Like I don't think he did, but because it was that Iceland photo was part of her public account or something. So it's not. Yeah. She claims he had all this stuff that only he could have, but obviously there's examples where other people could have it that she ignores. But even if it's true, who cares? Like why does that's not domestic violence against her.
Not quite.
What is it? Oh, this is just. Oh, chat. My brain is broken, guys.
Yeah, I feel
it just broke. It just broke.
I have a really big issue with this litigation sensitive material because that's not a real thing.
Yeah, what does that mean? Like it's
a hallucination.
If there was litigation sensitive material, Gingras would have violated that like a dozen times over. Like, give me a break. Yeah. Give me a break.
Like maybe when he posted Mike's deposition transcript.
Yeah, or all these filings. The thing you filed, and you put that up there.
The thing is just not real. Like it's just not a real thing. And then the last sentence is such conduct is directly relevant to the permanent renewal of protection order of protection under just so dense. Such conduct is directly relevant to the permanent renewal of protection under Family Code 6345, as it shows respondents' continuing pattern of coercive control, reputational abuse, and disregard for court orders.
I didn't get that from whatever she just said. So no.
Imagine walking up to a rational human being and saying, "Hey, there's some posts on Instagram, and those are coercive control and reputational abuse and disregard for a court order on an
It's the back of my head.
Reel.
My hair's down and it's all wet.
Instagram reel." Imagine walking up to someone on the street and being like, "There's 2 Instagram reels that are coercive control and disregard for court orders." They would look at you like you're a maniac.
Absolute bonkers.
Tiff's going to start screaming again, but I don't know why.
Tiff's with us. Tiff is with us in spirit.
Absolute.
No, she says she's going to start screaming at the next part again. I guess we have to move to the exhibits, which we'll try to get through a little bit quicker, guys, because That took a while. All right. Let's see. So we got the DVRO. There's the protective orders against Clayton and Greg. That's not a flex, babe. I don't think you want to bring that up. But okay.
Yeah,
Declaration of Laura Owens 2025 with exhibits. Declaration of David Gingras. Big X. Video posted by Clayton Eckert on June 9th. So the video of Clayton, Mike, and Greg asking for prayers before Clayton's day in court.
Irrelevant. Okay, so we're not going
Please
with
pray for us.
Wait.
That's domestic violence.
Wait, what was 1 and 2? The judge doesn't care about 3 and 4. They're declarations. We don't care about them.
They're just the previous DVROs.
Okay, previous DVRO we don't care about. That's before 2020. No, what's 2? What's 2?
That's the same. It's like the protective orders against Greg and Clayton. It's not. I mean, it's post. Well, Clayton's at least is post. I don't know when Greg's was post 2020.
Yeah,
obviously by a lot, but.
What is item number 22 and 23?
22 and 23.
Does she have a 22 and 23?
We'll get there.
I just want to quickly see if she has it.
Oh my god. Yeah, of course.
Instagram. Oh, justice for Clayton. Instagram.
Yeah.
Why are we looking at this? And then
because this is what she's saying. I think this would be her strongest witness, but it's not going to show up.
She didn't even pick a post. She didn't even pick a
she
post.
says like a host.
She says the entire account.
She didn't pick. Wait. The exhibit is the entire account.
The entire account.
I think didn't she put together some of them? I don't know. Hang on, let's see.
The whole account, Patrick. The entire account is the
compilation of selected posts, but you guys know that it's going to be most of the account.
Do you know how long Judge Duty's neck would get a cramp from turning his head sideways to look at the entire Instagram account of JFC?
Does he know how to Instagram?
He would die before he saw all the posts.
Yeah, he's alive still.
Yeah, I mean, good thing he's not our judge.
The whole account is an exhibit. I've never seen that.
2 whole accounts, not just one.
So
2.
it says
twins.
Hang on. Let's be
twins.
Oh my god. You guys are like my energy right now, and I'm being the calm one, and it's not working for me. I need to go snort some crack or something. I don't know what's going on here.
If my dog woke up.
Okay, just to be clear, it says compilation of selected posts. So it's not actually the whole account, but it probably is. You know what I mean? So
that's not how exhibits work, though, Lauren. A compilation is not.
Patrick. But Patrick, they were all Greg.
I can't.
It's a best of. A compilation. It's like a clip episode from
It's
Family
a witness.
Ties.
Instagram is a witness and an exhibit. I'm just imagining like
we were on number 4,
icon, like testify.
No. We made it to
4.
6. We made it to 6. This was Clayton's video was number 5. So number 6.
Okay, Clayton's video is not DV. It's not harassment.
I mean, it's about as close as you can get to domestic violence.
And where is
please keep us in your thoughts and prayers.
What is
all
6?
of this
what
has
do we
to
got?
be introduced via the witnesses, right? So how is that going to even get introduced?
What? We didn't think that far ahead, I suppose.
Like,
what's the problem?
The video. Who's going to introduce the video? It'd have to be the record custodian from YouTube to authenticate that video.
It's Instagram.
Oh, okay. Wow, you're really hanging a lot on this Instagram account, girl. I'm telling you,
that's gonna work out. Well, that was from Clayton's.
But I'm saying, how would she introduce it in as evidence? She can't just say, "This is evidence now."
I have no fucking idea. I just read the paper.
Is Mike gonna be? Is she gonna cross-examine Mike? She can be like, "Did you make this video with Clayton?" Yes. Here's the evidence.
That'll go well.
That's what I would do.
Oh.
Yeah. Respondent present for Arizona video with witnesses confirming. Yeah, but then you wouldn't need this. You would just get it from his testimony.
You're saying you would just say, "Did you make a video with Clayton on June 9th or whatever?"
This is the Dave Neal video where they're
No. Hold on. We were talking about number 5.
Yeah.
That's the Clayton with that's the 3 guys video on Instagram.
Really
that's
video,
number 5.
Okay, that one, you could get in.
Number 6, I don't know what number 6 is. I think number 6 is the Megan Fox interview.
No, 6 is just showing that Mike showed up at the courthouse for Clayton's case.
No, because it says
Oh, respondent present for Arizona paternity case against Clayton Eckert.
Video with witnesses confirming respondent's presence.
And the only thing I can think of that is when Megan was doing the interview in her big hat after the.
Oh yeah, but that's not the interview. The interview is the next one, right?
No, but this she's just using for the proposition that he.
So that's gotta be like Dave's outside stream or something, right? Because didn't you do her big hat interview on Dave's?
Yeah. So there's no way this comes in either. Who's going to introduce this?
Well, if Mike is a witness, then you say, Mike, were you here on June 10th talking to Dave Neal?
Asked and answered, right? You asked me with the Justice for Clayton Instagram thing with Greg and Clayton.
No, that was June 9th. This is June 10th.
But it's still the same. Oh, I guess, wow. I mean, that's very specific, but yeah, I would let it in.
I'm a very specific moose. Laura, hire me. I work really expensive. You can't afford me.
Actually. That's not something to brag about, honey.
Yeah. Let's see Laura make that argument in court, Bruce.
You can't afford me, Laura.
Yeah, I don't think she can.
Sorry. I'm too expensive. I'm not even licensed in California or anywhere. I'm only licensed here in the Court of Random Opinion.
And so let's assume that she
kind of
does. Let's assume that she does use Mike to get all of this in. You know how damaging Mike's response is going to be to her? She thinks that Mike is only allowed to say yes or no. As she saw during trial, she said a lot more than yes or no.
Yeah.
So, this is really playing with fire. If your goal is to introduce all this evidence via the opposing party, good luck.
Also, the interesting thing I think about this video is I feel like I'd have to go rewatch it, but I think Mike talked to Dave a little bit about it's disappointing I couldn't testify today.
I remember that. Yep.
So if she's claiming he somehow had this conspiracy theory knowledge that he knew he wasn't going to testify, but immediately after the hearing, he's telling Dave how he wished he could have testified, which I know Greg said that for sure, maybe not in a video, but to me and Dave, he was very angry actually that he didn't get to testify. So yeah, I mean, I think Mike was probably the similar feeling. So that completely wrecks her argument here that somehow he knew.
And that's what I would be doing if I were representing him, would be asking myself and asking him and my team, is there anything that we can do to rebut this? Because, they're going to get their chance to, wow, I literally forgot the word, do rebuttal testimony. And exactly right.
Wow. That's wild. Okay. So that's 6.
The interview with Megan was 7.
Yeah.
And then we got 8. This is probably a Dave video, right? Bachelor Clayton's accuser has text exposed from previous boyfriend, which is not 2,500 pages, by the way.
If I've ever seen a Dave Neal video title, this is a Dave Neal video title. Having graduated from Dave Neal University, I can tell you this is a Dave title right here.
9 is the victimsoflauraowens.com website, the Mike Marraccini timeline and all that, which is public information. I'm not really sure what the point of this is.
You're not going to get the Dave Neal thing in. He's not a witness. How are you going to get that in?
No.
That's a good question.
Respondents leaked video of petitioner's fall. So this is the horse, the video of her falling off a horse, which, by the way, is not her video, to my knowledge. Not her video. So again, if his family or him, even say it was, I'm not saying that it was. I'm just saying that if it was him or someone in his family, that's their video. That's their property. Yes, they can show that.
Anyone. It's a free country. For now.
Great. So shut the fuck up. This is so stupid.
It's this perverse reality she lives in that it's like a society purely run by laws.
Yeah. And again, she does this thing she's done before where she uses the word leak instead of the correct word, which is release.
Yeah. Share. I thought share.
Share. Yeah. That's even more correct.
Yeah.
But I want to go back up to the website, art number 9. That can't come in either. You'd have to subpoena the owner of victimsoflauraowens.com to get it in.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
How do you even track that down?
They're not even listed as a record
Right.
subpoena, a records custodian.
I mean, how does she do this? She has a witness on the stand. Like, I don't know what her witness list is, but have we even gotten there? But clearly there's Mike, but
yeah.
What would she do? Would she be like, Mike, have you ever gone to victimsoflauraowens.com? If the answer is yes, I would like to introduce the entire website into
Objection
evidence.
Foundation.
Like, what? Is this the strategy she has here? This is absurd.
Oh my god. It's honestly like it's like fighting a toddler in court when the other person's not a lawyer. So
yeah,
it's kind of
yeah. Leaking the video implies like he's under some sort of NDA, which he's not. So it doesn't make sense.
I mean, maybe she could get it in through the video. She'd have to elicit the video from her and then somehow elicit the testimony that it was released by them. Like, it's just a mess.
Yeah. Okay. 11. So this is going back to the sister on Reddit. Post by respondent's sister, Stephanie Ash Marraccini, now Scanlon, under the Reddit username Justice for MM. And if she did actually say that Mike was her younger brother, okay, that doesn't necessarily, mean it's 100% true. We'll have to wait and see what she says, right? But somebody on Reddit said that, and I could go on Reddit and say that under honk my meat. Like it's not like a foolproof system there on Reddit.
Honk my tofu. I'm Greg. Honk my tofu.
Oh my god. Anyways, compilation of Reddit comments from respondent's sister posted under the handle Justice for MM on Justice for Clean Reddit. She publicly identifies respondent as her brother, okay, and asserts after his June 28th interview with Megan Fox that he's finally allowed to speak for himself, falsely suggesting that the San Francisco restraining order is no longer in effect. That's actually not what that means at all.
Yeah.
Well, what are you talking about? He's allowed to talk.
I thought this. I was like, if the judge ruled, like, wouldn't that be an anti-slap case?
Yes.
Like it would be official court action. Well, no, it wouldn't be. Yeah, it would be state action.
Yeah.
Weird.
Jesus. Okay. Let's see. Her comments further included targeted attacks against petitioner and her family, such as, okay, right. Her parents bankrupted themselves because of her lies. Okay. Well, they certainly spent a lot of money on it. Laura's whole family is toxic. Where's the lie? And repeated demands to take down your fraudulent TEDx talk, Laura. Again, where's the lie? These are all matters of opinion, I feel.
Targeted attacks. Okay, so these, I don't know. Targeted attacks. So what? That's free speech.
Sure.
She's not claiming Megan Fox lied.
Right.
Okay. She just says it's an attack.
Right. I mean, that's just a negative opinion about her.
Yeah.
She's claiming it as an attack. No one is forcing you to listen to or read this stuff. Again, you as an adult, you have to learn to have the self-control not to read negative things about yourself if they upset you. If you are a public figure, which she claims to be, openly claims to be, you have to have like the self-control and the will to not look at that stuff and to focus on what makes you happy in your life and to have healthy relationships with people who care about you and not people who hate you on the internet. That's part of being a public figure. That's part of life. You got to deal with it. This is not harassment. This is not an attack. It's people expressing their opinions freely online. People who, like Mike's sister, you do not have an order against. And even if you did, it's not a gag order. So.
Yeah, it's funny that if Megan Fox saying her parents bankrupted themselves because of her lies, which I think is not true. I think it's not accurate numerically, financially. Because we went through that with Big Tiff, right? About how there was a lot of things happening before Laura was an adult and all this jazz. But let's say it was true. Her mom literally told the Daily Mail UK this exact same thing, like, this ordeal has bankrupted us. So how is it an attack if it's something your own?
Yeah, Cat Lady Ballerina, thank you for the 5, said the same thing. Jan said to DM that the family is bankrupted by all this. Yeah,
I know, like
last week.
Is her mom attacking her? Like, what does this have to do
Obviously.
with what does anything Megan Fox have to do with anything of Mike doing DV between 2020 and 2025? It's absurd.
Let me rip through some of these real quick. Just Ricardo, thank you for the $2. Hi, Lauren, Bruce, Lolcal, my lovelies in chat. Thank you very much, Ricardo. Fletcher Boy, thank you for the $5. Everyone say hi to Jingris. Hi, David. Appreciate that.
Hey, David.
Just Ricardo, thank you for the $2. Step on Legos, Jinky. I don't know if he has any Legos, but if he does, I hope he steps.
That's my ultimate punishment for anybody is you have to walk on Legos barefoot. Yeah.
Hot Legos.
Wheat Toast, thank you for the $5. I want to know, will anal bleeding be brought up in the upcoming hearing?
I hope not.
I don't think so. The continuance was denied, so let's hope that's the last of that. Auntie N, thank you for the $2. So DG is number middle finger one. Yeah. Thank you. Elaine Murray, thank you for the 10 pounds. Can we get to the point here? What the colors of the Colt outfits? Oh, we'll go with the colors of my chair, teal and black.
Yeah, kind of.
Since I'm in charge, after all.
Teal.
Boy, that's my favorite color, bro.
Oh.
Fletcher Boy, thank you for the $5. Lauren will be offering the matching tracksuits soon, but definitely not a Colt. Well, definitely a Colt. No matching tracksuits. Wheat Toast, thank you for $2. Moose Logic is so hot.
Ooh.
Nice.
Burning up over here.
We got 5 more here. Hope Johnson, thank you for the $5. Passionate Bruce has entered the live. Robin Richardson, thank you for the $2. Lessons in Logic by Bruce. People are really a fan. I mean, I am too. But.
Thanks, guys.
Zach, thank you for the $2. I'm just here to get Karen for bullying Lauren. Well, Zach, it's Cheryl now. I replaced Karen with Cheryl, Sharon, Susan. So yeah, but you know, if you want to pile on Zach, I don't care what you call him. That's fine.
Cheryl is the Midwest alternative to Siri.
All right.
So if you want Siri on your phone, but with a Midwest accent, it's called Cheryl.
Rochelle Taylor, thank you for the $5. Can we skip this BS and read a professional Omar? No, I live for the BS. All right. Leo 2MD. Oh God. Leo 2MD, thank you for the $20. I noticed Judge Mata left the chat and also Honk My Meat. Leo 2MD, thank you for the $20. She wrote this way to beg court to grant without hearing because too scared to travel. Fair enough. I think, you know. In reality, Arizona attorney probably refused to require travel since so bad for criminal case, and he probably also threatening to quit if she does hearing on Zoom. I mean, you could be onto something with him saying, don't fucking do this. Yeah. So thank you for that.
I agree.
Appreciate it. All right, let's move through. Where are we at here? We got the sister stuff. We're on number 12, which was screenshot respondent leaking private photographs. Okay, image confirming respondents release.
What is a private photograph? What does that even mean?
Okay. There's a lot I have problems with this sentence, but image confirming respondents release of private and explicit photographs of petitioner, constituting a direct violation of the DVRO and continued psychological abuse.
Psychological abuse.
That's a big burden to put on that. I don't know about
also,
that.
Like, what does this look like at trial? Mike, do you confirm that you release these private? No.
Let me ask you something, Bruce and Patrick. Have you ever seen an explicit photo of Laura Owens?
No.
And we've pretty much seen everything that's come out about Laura Owens online because we sit here and we talk about it for what's it been almost 2 hours now.
Yeah.
There have never been any explicit photos of Laura Owens leaked online to my knowledge. And if they were, there's no proof that it was by Mike.
I actually think the most explicit photos of Laura Owens are from her own Facebook and or Instagram account where she's in a bikini or something. That's probably it.
Yeah, and the ones her attorney posted of like her in a bra or some shit. Or maybe it was her. I don't know. I don't remember if it was David or Laura.
Oh, he posted videos. He posted the videos. Yeah. I think she posted the stills.
And again, when she tried to say it was revenge porn when Dave put a picture of her.
She sent it to Dave Neal, but then later she put it on Medium and her own lawyer put the video of it. And she didn't sue her own lawyer for revenge P. Give me a break. This is all just like double standards and punishing people who don't just trust me, bro, and believe her story.
Yep.
And it doesn't specify which screenshots, which chat logs,
Yeah. So and all of these, it's like, how are you going to introduce these? She's going to have to ask Mike, here's this image. Did you release this private image? No.
Right.
I'd like to introduce this photo as exhibit whatever.
That's not. That's exactly how it's gonna go. Is the thing. Yeah, I mean, it's not getting in. Leo wanted me to call it out when it gets in. When it doesn't get in, and that doesn't get in.
Big Tiff says this might be the hot springs photo, which I think people have already said was from like one of her social media accounts. It wasn't a private photo that only Mike had. It was a photo that many people had.
Okay. I'm gonna.
What do we do now?
I'm gonna take a break while someone else walks through the next one.
Are we on 13?
Yeah.
Do I do it? 13.
Sure.
Folder, respondents sharing private photos and videos on Discord. Quote, honk my meat! Unquote. August 10th, 2024. Screenshots and chat logs showing accounts linked to respondent. Oh boy.
Again, Mike, is your
go?
URL on Discord honk my meat? I don't have Discord.
Yeah.
The end.
What does linked to respondent mean? How does she link it?
It has to do with their testimony.
She's just hoping. Distributing private media of petitioner and her family on Discord. Private media. What does that mean? Causing reputational and emotional harm.
Like, see, that's your testimony. Like, you get to talk about that.
Yeah.
But
what kind of reputational harm?
But then again, she can't really even talk about this, right? Because if she wants to introduce it, she's going to have to authenticate it. Mm-hmm. And so it's not going to go the way she wants it to go. I know Dingus is helping her.
Horse or something?
But this is not helping. This is like literally or figuratively? Both. Falling off a horse. Well, I think they're going to probably won't see that picture of her falling off the horse, honestly. Because
I think it's a video, so it might be
yeah, I mean,
and stills, because it says photos and video.
She could authenticate it through herself. Like she could say that's me.
Mm-hmm.
That's
okay.
And then
how do you demonstrate what is the legal requirement to demonstrate reputational harm?
Well, like a third party has to hear it. So the person who hears it has to
Discord
have a reasonable belief that it's actually true.
Okay. We got that.
And it has to actually cause reputational harm. Like
what does that mean?
Lose business, or some people will try to use goodwill, but that's a difficult one to prove. You need damages.
So she'd have to find someone who was like, well, Laura, I was going to buy your horse, but I decided not to because Discord watched you fall off a horse in this video. Is that what she needs?
That's what she's saying. Like, that's why I say this reads like a defamation suit, because it's like, he knows that I sell horses for a living, which, okay, great. That better be in your debtor's deposition.
Yeah.
But that's what she's saying. She's writing a defamation.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Well, but she doesn't have any witnesses on her witness list who could be like, well, I decided not to do business with Laura Owens Incorporated because I saw her fall off a horse in Discord or on Instagram.
Yeah, that's
where's that person? Where's that human being?
Great point. Where is that person?
Okay, so she hasn't done anything to prove reputational harm. Emotional harm, that's very subjective. I don't know how you prove that.
It's very telling that Jan is not in this witness list.
Jan's already an accomplice, pretty much.
Right, that's what I'm
probably
saying,
the accomplice, right? So you better not have her. You better not have her on the list.
That might have been, the deal her and Josh made. Like I won't fight you too hard on this, but your mom cannot testify.
Okay, so number one, I don't know how to connect Mike to honk my meat. Number two,
stop saying honk my meat.
Well, that's the name, Lauren. What do you want me to do? I'm trying to be accurate. Number one, I don't know how to connect Mike to honk my meat. Number two, I don't know how to demonstrate reputational harm. So her case is falling apart.
Exhibit by exhibit. Communication. Yeah, I'll read it. Communications between respondent's ex-partner, Callie, and petitioner from 2018. Again, excluded, not relevant, not listening to it. 15, declaration of Karen Ambro Bernidis. I'm not going to read these people's full names. I'm sorry I did that. Independent eyewitnesses declaration describing respondents' aggressive behavior, 2016, done, not reading it. CPS and HR records pending subpoena. Okay, done, not in evidence. Transcript and video.
Oh my God, the pending subpoenas at this point in time is just just quit. Just quit.
I'm gonna read this one just to upset Tiff.
Wait. Hold on.
Oh yeah,
hold on. Number 15. So if Chicken Soup for the Soul, Get Out of Your Comfort Zone, was republished in 2023, when did they remove the this story from that online version or whatever? Was that 2024, 2025?
We can assume probably, yeah.
So is the fact that another edition was published in 2023 allow this to fit in the window of 2020 to 2025 that the judge wanted, or not?
I don't think you'd have to say that Mike, directed or intended for it to be published, for it to fit within the allegation.
No. He doesn't want it published.
So then, no, it wouldn't fit into a DVRO related conduct if it has nothing to do with him.
Okay, so even if she does get to talk about it being released, the story, which is talking about stuff from prior 2020, so it should just be thrown out, is what you're saying, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely.
But even if she doesn't, Omar can just get up there and say, well, after 2023, they took this story away because of all your Clayton case.
And that's why I would be going through this list like that and thinking exactly, how do I want to make this work for what the judge actually cares about? Because Omar is a smart person and a good attorney, and he listens to the judge when the judge talks, unlike Laura and any authority figure who doesn't agree with her.
Okay. Thank you.
So 16, CPS and HR records pending subpoena. So, and it should be subpoena pending, not to be a jerk, but it should be subpoena pending. Petitioner intends to subpoena certified records from CPS and Mike's employer in New York to verify that she made no contact with either agency and that any CPS report regarding Mike was filed by an independent third party. Both confirmations will demonstrate that respondent falsely accused Laura. Wait, how will this do this? Both confirmations will demonstrate that respondent falsely accused petitioner of actions intended to incite her intent. How are you going to prove that that's why he said, maybe he said it?
No. You have a step 0. You have to prove that he accused her of those actions. When did he do that?
Exactly. He never accused her. Well, actually, we haven't seen that piece of the evidence. Let's just assume that she does have a piece of paper where he says, Laura called CPS on me. Okay. So that gets us past there. But
we don't even have that yet.
I mean, you would have to.
Yeah. So you got to get step 0, then you get to your step 1. And where does that fail?
I mean, I still can't get it introduced, honestly. Because what piece of paper? Okay, so if we assume that the piece of paper is like a Discord post by Honk My Meat, we already
no. Let's say Mike went on Megan Fox and said Laura did these 2 things. It's just hypothetical.
Then I get it in through. I would have to get it in for a purpose. So you could get it in, but then you have to use it. So I think it gets in, but then it's use. Mm-hmm. If you're using it, that's, I guess, the step 1 would be to confirm that it was a false accusation. So you'd have to say, so did you know at the time that you posted this that it wasn't me? Mm-hmm. And he would say, no, you fucking idiot. Have you ever called CPS before? They don't tell you who reported on you. That's the whole point of CPS. Yeah. And so that's going to fail. And then that he falsely accused her. And again, you would have to prove, did you do it knowing you were lying about it?
Exactly. That's the point. So let's say Mike literally went on Megan Fox and said, I think Laura called CPS. I think she went to my employer in New York to do whatever. Mm-hmm. That didn't happen, but let's say it did. She questions him. Did you know that was wrong? He'll just say, no, I thought it was you. Because you're an asshole.
Exactly. Because you tortured me for
Even if
years.
I was wrong, it was just a mistake. It was just an error. It wasn't a knowingly false statement made with the intent to harm you.
And you've always been so good about this, Bruce. You've given both sides their grace in that regard.
Yeah. I mean, I'm
Sometimes
ready to be convinced by anything if there is sufficient evidence.
And then that intended to incite harassment and deflect accountability. So then she has to prove. And so did you make this false statement because you knew JFC would go after me? What?
To incite harassment, right? Yeah, that's hard
and
to
then
prove.
And then he says no. So how do you get him to say yes?
Yeah.
No. Well, didn't you have a communication with the Instagram account? No. Then you'd need to get the Instagram account person to say yes to rebut that. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen.
And what does deflect accountability mean? I mean, that sounds like she's making assertions about this CPS call. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. That in and of itself is kind of defamatory.
Yeah. I mean, that's crazy.
She's saying, yeah, he deserved this CPS report.
If Laura wasn't behind the CPS call, how does she know that anything Mike is doing is deflecting accountability?
Yeah.
Assuming, I mean, I think, yeah, making an ass out of you and me, Bruce.
Yeah.
Okay, let's run through these because I got to jump pretty soon.
Yeah.
Transcript and video, Owens versus Eckerd post-trial interview with Mike. That'll come in. Honestly, I think that was there's a part that I teared up in that video, and I may close with that if she wants to let it into evidence. Video interview hosted by Megan Fox. Respondent appears on camera, refers to himself as the victim, fair, and reiterates false and defamatory statements about her. Prove it. He also admits he knew he wasn't going to be testifying. Again, he's just going to have to be a normal person. This post-trial media appearance constitutes indirect contact.
What?
Legal conclusion.
What?
That's dumber than honk my meat.
Is indirect contact a thing? What does that mean?
It's that whole coercive control.
What? What is that?
She's going after this under third-party indirect harassment, coercive control, and then the boundary line. Those are her three.
Who is sending information to Laura? Who is talking to her? Who is telling her to do something? Nobody. None of these things are happening.
Well, she says indirect contact down here because Dave Neal in this video, Bachelor Clayton isn't alone, showed, texts that she claims only he could have, sent. But that's not indirect contact. He's not trying to make contact with her at all. In fact, she keeps seeking this out. If there's any unwanted attention involved here, it's coming from Laura.
And what is disturbing the peace? Like, why is that in here?
That's like a dumbass, that's something. Isn't that something that happens if you get too drunk or something? Not like drunk and disorderly, you know what I mean? But you're disturbing the peace if you're shouting in public and shit like that. Something ridiculous.
I mean, okay. On one hand, I think Dave Neal would love it if someone was like, Dave, you made a video and it disturbed the peace. He'd be like, fuck yeah, I disturbed the peace for my video. I'm going to turn it into merch. But realistically, legally, from a police officer perspective, what disturbing the peace is happening here? Come on.
Well, he was in his own house, I think, probably when he sent those. So it was disturbing the peace in the household.
I'm pretty sure disturbing the peace violates YouTube's guidelines.
Guys, I'm not sure what violates YouTube's guidelines these days because I say whatever the fuck I want.
That's why we're here. Disturbing the peace.
That's all we do.
What?
Everyone is disturbing my peace at all times. Where's my restraining order?
This is not the flex she thinks it is. Dave Neal disturbed the peace. Alert the HOA. Dave is disturbing the peace.
Not the HOA. Not the HOA, Bruce. You leave them out of this. All right.
Steve's grass is 1/8 of an inch too high. Alert the HOAs. Disturbing the peace. Dave, mow your lawn.
Margaret across the street can barely sleep, knowing that the grass is too high. All right. I think we're good here. Anyways, 19 is a screenshot. Respondent comment on Instagram. So let's see. Under Clayton Eckert's verified post, respondent publicly tagged Ted and TEDx official, writing, "Enough is enough. Take down her completely fabricated TEDx talk about me." So again, this is not violating a no contact and no harassment provision. He is allowed to speak and tag other people or organizations. He is not bothering you. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And how does this come in as testimony? Like, did you do this to incite JFC? No, I did it for the reason I said. I take down her completely, your completely fabricated TEDx talk. What are you talking about?
I think your video is fabricated, and I think TEDx should take it down.
This is actually going to be pretty easy testimony for Mike. I know he was nervous when he was at Clayton's, but this is just going to be a lot of no.
No, I think Mike don't know. Mike just has to tell the truth, you know.
That's what that's perfect. That's perfectly said, Bruce. I was going to say the reason this is going to be so hard for her, and I think relatively easy for Mike, is the truth.
And Nick O'Brien would like everyone to know that he does his best to disturb me. Thank you, Nick.
What?
Much appreciated. Your efforts have not gone unnoticed.
Yeah. We work on it. We work on it offline. Yeah. We do.
Okay. Anyways, let's see. Screenshot. Respondent calling petitioner dangerous. So in an exchange with Greg Gillespie wrote, "Stop this woman. No one should cater to her harassment. She is dangerous." And respondent replied, "Dangerous is an understatement. This constitutes indirect contact." Okay, how is it indirect contact if you are somehow stalking the comments of men who have blocked you several times?
Yeah.
They have actively tried to make sure you can never contact them again. You keep circumventing that. And then you're like, "This is indirect contact." Oh, fuck you. Like, this is so stupid.
I mean, also, she's been indicted for 7 felonies. So I think the idea to say she might be dangerous is not wrong. She's an indicted felon.
Well, she's only killed like 8 fake babies.
That sounds dangerous to me.
So she's kind of a murderer in a way.
Oh, the fake babies?
She killed them. She didn't have to kill the fake babies. They could have lived.
That is, I mean, it's, yeah. Disturbing.
Anyways, we blocked this part out because
it's negligence. That's the word I was looking for.
Okay, and here we go to the part that you guys were freaking out about earlier. Instagram account Justice for Clayton Official. Compilation of select posts, which has persistently targeted petitioner through, they call it defamatory and harassing, but again, I call that free speech. You don't like it, it's negative towards you, whatever. You don't have to read it. Most people have blocked you and blocked all accounts suspected of being your alt accounts, and yet you continue to desperately seek this out, creating new accounts time and time again, just like you created new phone numbers when guys would block your phone numbers, and then you were like, "Give me a restraining order." No! Put your phone down, bitch! You can't afford it anyways. God.
Yeah. I think Fletcher Boy here is correct. Indirect contact or defamatory and harassing contact is really just secondhand embarrassment.
Oh, well, then I'm feeling indirectly harassed by Laura right now.
Yeah, it's just, I'm not embarrassed.
Good Lord.
She might be.
My God. So this account routinely posts private photos, videos, screenshots, whatever. They're not your photos, so it doesn't matter. False, humiliating, and inflammatory statements. No, that's a matter of opinion. Okay, including that she's a serial liar. Babe.
Okay, multiple
felonies.
Multiple perjury indictments. So serial liar is effectively correct. Okay. At least so far, she's been indicted by a grand jury. So serial liar checks out.
Mentally unstable, miss. The blood is on your hands. Okay. And dangerous.
Dangerous.
Yeah. You're a psycho.
Fraudulent schemes and artifices. That's dangerous.
Yeah.
These check out.
This is just.
I mean, there's not much more to say about it other than that's stupid because everything that they said is actually true.
She's doing a good job of telling on herself.
Hashtags and captions directly tied to respondents' public narratives, such as Justice for Mike, Expose Laura Owens, and Team MM. You know what? I once started using the hashtag after I saw it once on a certain lawyer's Twitter account. Fans of Gingras Law. Is David Gingras responsible for my clown behavior?
Is that you, Lauren? Are you his
Partially.
biggest fan?
Oh yeah.
Is it you?
I think David incited you to harassment. It sounds like he did.
Lauren, are
secondhand contact?
Are you Gingras's biggest fan, Lauren? Is that you?
I mean, I can't stand the guy, but I probably am his biggest fan, if that says anything.
Nice.
So
hashtag.
She's really betting a lot on this subpoena. That's a lot of metadata she's going to need.
It's not going to happen.
100%. Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
She has to prove this like grand conspiracy, which I don't think is possible.
It reminds me of that It's Always Sunny episode, like where he's smoking the cigarette and he's got like the red string going everywhere.
I haven't seen that yet.
Oh my god, it's so fun. Well,
sorry.
It's worth it.
Like the yarn map or whatever.
Yeah,
I think I know what meme you're talking about.
mean,
it's a meme. It's also a meme.
All right.
I don't think she has that. The yarn is not there. Like she needs that. She needs the big picture with the yarn to prove this grand conspiracy, and she doesn't have the yarn.
Well, the yarn, like the HCG, got caught in the mail. So.
Yeah, there you go.
There is little to no fetal yarn.
Post published in close coordination with respondent's own appearances, comments, or his family's online activity. So that account posts almost every single fucking day. So yeah, of course it's gonna be in close, like that, saying it's in close coordination, dude. If they post every day, they're also going to post on the day that he has an issue. You know what I mean? Like that's
coordination.
That's
I mean, you have to actually prove coordination. You can't just assert it.
None of this even gets considered by the judge.
No. I hope not. I mean, I don't know what
by law they can't,
well,
admitted.
I mean, they have to hear the testimony. So she can say why she wants to have all these exhibits and all these witnesses, but until they actually show up and they stand up to cross-examination, I can't, if I was the judge, I can't make a judgment on it until I see it stand up against cross-examination and I see it live in testimony.
And to reach the level of accusation that she's making,
right.
And if it doesn't, then you're being disingenuous or you're making a misrepresentation.
No.
She might get referred for this exhibit list. This might be the one.
Okay, so this paragraph here I also have a problem with. So let me read it first, and I'll tell you why. The consistency in tone, timing, and use of private materials establishes that respondent or persons acting under his direction have actively provided this account with content, commentary, or access to personal media and information. These actions amount to knowing and willful violations of the DVRO's prohibitions on direct or indirect contact, harassment or intimidation through third parties, and disturbing the peace. Okay, baby girl. Your neighbors and your community do not fucking like you because they're blowing up my inbox all the time. This has nothing to do with Mike. People don't like you. You act all crazy. You freak out on people. Okay? They don't like you. It's not Mike. It's everyone.
It's that thing, right? Like she has, law issues with one guy, then with Mike, then with the Lone Cactus, then with Greg, then with Clayton, then with Dave Neal. Like, what's the common denominator? It's not any of those people. It's her. She's the common denominator, right?
All of this without any evidence of physical harm is just, if you back out for a second, is wild.
Yeah.
Or any actual direct, like, find an email he sent her where he was acting like an asshole, a voicemail, anything. Like, there's nothing here. This is a big bag of nothing.
Yep. So the Instagram account Victims of Laura Owens, it has kind of similar, obviously, accusations here, but basically saying that this is Mike's side of the story, but if this account wants to kind of dedicate their time to telling the side of the story that their victims haven't gotten to tell in the past, that's their business. They're allowed to do that. That's if they want to research that and they want to put the time and effort into designing the website and putting that information out there. That has nothing to do with Mike per se. I mean, yes, he's the subject of the content, but he's not the one who did it. So I don't really understand why this matters at all.
Mm-hmm.
Because obviously people are really digging into this stuff. And when you have thousands and thousands of people, now millions, because of Dave doing his TikTok playlist, obviously people are going to do stuff like this. That's the nature of the internet these days. So how do you then decide randomly that it's Mike, put it in a court document as if it's fact, and think like, oh, this is going to go well for me? Yikes.
It's the only strategy she has, because she tries calling the police.
Like, well, I think she learned that one from David.
Yeah, I mean, we call the police on Mike on June 10th. Okay, June 11th, we call because they made an Instagram video. What do the police do? They don't do anything. So this
My
is all
ex-lovers made a video 2 days ago on Instagram before we were all in court together, and I'm feeling harassed, and I'm pregnant again.
This is the only strategy she has left, is to try and construct this grand conspiracy, because it's the only thing, going back to the very beginning when I started analyzing this, I said she's on rails. She has an internal story that she needs to mentally keep consistent, right? Because otherwise it's going to be too much cognitive dissonance for her. So she has to be able to make this claim about this grand conspiracy, because it's the only thing that keeps her on that rail.
Yeah.
Even if none of it makes sense from a legal perspective, which Patrick is pointing out, none of it makes sense from a logical perspective, which I'm pointing out, none of it makes sense from an emotional perspective or a mental health perspective, which you are pointing out.
We are a triumvirate.
Triforce.
Yeah.
And I don't understand how she's going to, it's just really all getting very confusing for me, because I actually would almost like to see this testimony come out from victims of Laura Owens, for her to ask the question, did you do this to harass me? And to just have a moment for people like Lauren and everyone who's been following this case to say, no, sweetheart, this is not about harassing you.
Well, let me point this out, and this is something I said earlier. You know how in like her early filings, she put these big ass screenshots of me in there and was like, "This person's doing this on Mike's behalf, raising money for him and retaliating against the court for the media request being denied," and she like made a big deal about it. And I'm like, you did not put me on this list because you know I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna show up, and when I do, I'm gonna embarrass the shit out of you. It's not gonna be a good idea. Yeah, she wouldn't dare put me on that list. She just put people here that she knows, like, nobody can technically prove her wrong because they're not going to respond to subpoenas.
Yeah. She just gets to write this. She just gets to scream into the wind.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Don't scream at me, baby. That's not going to go well. And that's why you didn't try it. We both know that. Okay.
You're just going to get educated. And then the cognitive dissonance sets in, and then the avoidance behavior sets in.
Oh, yeah. It goes straight to avoidance, which we saw in the search warrant execution, right? When the police officer is like, no, our guns are not drawn. What does she do? She starts complaining about something else.
Oh, yeah. She was quick with that.
No, my hands are not holding you too tight to take you to the living room. Oh, I'm going to yell about my dad. Oh, my dad's actually not falling over. I'm going to scream at my mom.
Oh my God, why did you pull the pin out of your grenade?
The avoidant redirection is very clear.
She's a psycho.
Well, yeah. I don't know, but
I do.
The behavior is clear to me, and I'm not a psychologist.
Well, neither am I, but you don't need to be a psychologist to know this person's a fucking nut job. That's not a DSM diagnosis. You know
issues. Personality disorder issues.
I don't have the credentials to comment on it, but in terms of a legal perspective, this to me just indicates escalating behavior. Obviously she's not doing anything violent, right. But this is still escalating behaviors. And I think I'm not sure what the factors are in Arizona for aggravation and if Mike is part of that, but this to me smacks of an aggravating factor. Not only did you pursue this and you were then proven wrong about it, but this is the lengths that you went to try to make something up, essentially. If she loses, right? If she wins, her and Gingras get to ride off into the sunset, and probably like Gingras will troll us forever, you know. But
I'll be there to troll back.
Oh yeah, I want him to just go away. He's exhausting, but I will give him shit if he talks. I still give her like less than 1% chance of winning this.
Oh, that's not gonna happen. No. I mean, I maintain that she's not going to show up, but that's just me.
I mean, it just depends on what the context is, right? Like she got her, OOP against Clayton with Judge Judy, right? And Judge Judy made conclusionary statements and all this.
Oh, yeah.
And all you can do is sit there and listen to him and say, look, man, you don't even seem to understand what a YouTube video timestamp is.
Right.
Like, it just doesn't make sense. And I think the difference is, and of course, Gingras can do this too. He can say, well, Judge Mata said X, Y, Z, and I don't understand her. It doesn't make sense, or I think she's biased. The difference to me is like, if the court of public opinion is sitting there saying Judge Judy didn't do the right thing, Judge Mata did the right thing, it's like you have a bigger burden to prove your case. So Gingras has to convince all of the public opinion that Judge Mata did something wrong. Whereas all of the public opinion already seems to conclude that Judge Judy did the wrong thing there. And it's like, I'm just sitting here waiting to be convinced by someone with a good argument. It doesn't have to be the most popular argument. It just has to be the best argument. And Gingras can't do that. So even if he wins something, what's his argument going to be? Am I going to be convinced of it? Maybe. We'll see. But I don't think so.
I mean, I feel like we touched on this, but just for people who weren't here before or here yesterday, if she doesn't show, what happens?
The judge will just rule on they'll reintroduce the motion to dismiss, and the judge will probably rule on that, and then take the like vacating part of it. Either the judge will have like done the research up front to know like, hey, like kind of like how Mata did, like, hey, I can't do what you're asking, like procedurally, or they'll say, I'm going to take it this portion of it under advisement. That's what I would do, because it seems like kind of a complicated issue, and maybe I've got a summer intern I want to like bully and look at it a little bit more.
Yeah. Sure.
But yeah, they would just rule on the motion to dismiss. And then there would still be the issue of sanctions.
Yeah.
So basically, the judge still has to go through all the procedural steps for this court case. It's just if Laura doesn't show up, it's going to be very not in her favor. Is that correct?
Well, she hasn't. I'm not sure if she's filed an opposition to the motion to dismiss.
I don't remember.
I don't think she has. So then it's an unopposed motion to dismiss. And she didn't show for trial. So yeah, it would just get dismissed, I think, from the bench.
Right. So
the judge would just sort of say, this is how I can move forward given what's happening.
Yeah. I mean, the judge could obviously postpone it, right, and move it, but I don't see that happening.
Yeah.
And yeah, the judge could just grant the motion to dismiss. Yeah, those are the two options.
Sure.
I'm just excited to like understand how I want it to happen, but you know, I also just, because it's just so batshit crazy that this is all here. But now you guys have me second guessing whether or not it's going to happen.
I don't think she's going to show up. I don't
know why. I don't understand. How do you write all this and then not show up? It doesn't make sense.
Bruce, think about this. She just saw their list of witnesses and exhibits, and MCAO investigator is on it.
So what? So
what? Do you mean,
she
so
doesn't
what?
care. So what?
She is a criminal trial, and she doesn't want to lose her attorney. She doesn't want to lose Josh. So that's going to be a problem.
In her head, she is facing these felony indictments because of, these men mobilized their Instagram army to force the county attorney to charge her. And it's all just bullshit. And she's going to prove it. and it's going to be and she's going to be found not guilty.
That's
the train she's on.
That's the narrative she's presenting. I think where you and I fundamentally disagree is I don't think she actually believes that.
Really?
I don't. No. I think that she's shown too much effort in covering things up and weaving and dodging around things to where she knows what she's doing is wrong or incorrect. And I think that she sees where the hole that she's dug herself now, where David cannot come in and save her, and she has no money, and she's not going to show up because she can't keep going.
Okay,
but I understand.
I actually agree with you. I don't think she's delusional. I think she understands the situation. Okay, like the global situation. But I think for her, she's on this railroad, and she can't get off it. So she's going to do whatever she can forever to stay on it. And if that means going to prison for 30 years, she will go to prison for 30 years rather than say, I didn't show up for my DVRO hearing. I didn't fight these felony charges. I'm completely innocent.
I don't know, man. You think that she's going to show up and be like, I'm pregnant by a woman named Reggie next year? Because she might.
Who?
In prison.
Oh, I don't know about that, but
okay.
But also, I'm not going to pretend to like get into her head. I don't think that's possible for any of us.
Yeah,
I don't think anyone should if you want to remain sane and healthy.
Speculating, she does over compartmentalize things. Like I'm thinking of when she messaged Clayton the settlement offer and didn't tell her lawyer because she didn't consider it. Blah blah blah. Like, so I could see her viewing this as like a compartmentalized.
Yes,
and not understanding it affects something else and that they affect each other.
Or even if she sort of knows that she shouldn't, like
she
somebody's
just
told
can't help herself because it's
exactly
that thing.
She has a compulsion because of the way her personality works.
I just think
to proceed down the rail.
I think that if the rail were the same rail that she's been on, absolutely 100%. But the bankruptcy changed that.
Interesting.
So that's where I think we're running into a roadblock. She cannot lose Josh. She cannot get someone else. She cannot afford it. It's not going to happen. That's how I feel. She especially because she declared indigent in Arizona. She can't just go get a high priced attorney in California. I think the bankruptcy is what derailed things here.
Yeah, I think said it so well with the shell game.
Yeah. Those options are gone. Exactly.
Right.
But I think the thing to me is I've seen so many other cases where people were in worse situations and they just kept going.
Wow.
Yeah. Lori Vallow, Sarah Boone. I've heard criminals where they interview the court, the psychologist, and they're just like, I don't want to do therapy. I'd rather be in prison. Yeah. I think that's where she is. Like, even if she loses Josh 2.0, I think she's going to go fight her criminal case all by herself.
Therapy is just a buzzword for Laura that she uses for her blog to get publicity points from no one, because no one who believes her is reading her blog.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't seen provider supplied
same deal with
diagnostic materials or anything like that. So,
and same deal with the inpatient hospitalization she pretended to have a while ago with Mike. I don't believe that ever happened because of what I know about the process of intake going through the ER and how that works and how they take your phone away. Okay, that was the primary giveaway there.
Yeah,
it's not a means of treatment to her. It's a weapon to manipulate people into believing her or giving her what she wants.
Exactly.
Same with therapy. I'm going to my therapist. My therapist says this or that. My therapist, I think probably, like she said with her doctor, says that you need to be a better boyfriend to me. I think that's probably what therapy is to her. It's a means to an end and a way to convince somebody that they need to give her what she wants.
It's a tool in her toolbox.
Right.
And if she can use the tool in her toolbox, she'll use it. And if it's of no use, she won't use it.
Fox, never a truer word, says just trying all the keys.
Oh, I like Jack. Yeah.
Very good.
She's trying to when one key doesn't work, go to the other key. When another key doesn't work, but the problem is that in the law, there's only one key.
Yeah. That's where it's going to fall apart for her. And we saw that, to Jack's point, We saw that in the text messages that were released with the Mike laptop, where she would do one thing to Mike, and then when that didn't work, right, she would change tactics. Like she would love bomb. If love bombing didn't work, she would have a hospitalization or something. And if that didn't work, she would do something. She would be angry, and if that didn't work, she'd get a plane ticket. She's trying all the keys. That's exactly the way to describe it.
Jack is cool. I really like Jack. I like listening to him.
100%.
Karen Carson just wants us to know that she is definitely not a Karen. No, Karen, it's okay. We've replaced you with Cheryl. She's a Cheryl now. Karen is fine. I know too many nice Karens, so they're Cheryl now.
Midwest Cheryl. Oh, you betcha.
I only know one Cheryl, and she was kind of weird. So we're good. Yeah. Let me roll through this real quick. Cat Lady Ballerina, thank you for the $2. She said honk. I saw that earlier and I cried a little. Leo2MD, thank you for the $20. LO equals claim to be a victim of harassment and file pleading describing how after her relationship ended, she contacted all of his new partners. So you're describing how she harassed him. Yep. Tell me you're pro se without telling me you're pro se.
Right.
Yeah, right. I just wanted to run through these comments that stuck out to me. Jane says, Lauren, are you going to the trial? I'm going to the trial. I just don't think Laura is. Cassie says, I know, Bruce. I know. Just bear with me. Cassie, I don't see her banner health login anywhere in the exhibit list. Clearly, that's the most relevant here.
Oh, boy.
Boots says Laura should appear on Hot Bench, and I just wanted to let everyone know that I would not wish that on my friend Rachel. So, no.
Rachel would be fine.
Oh, Rachel would be fine, but I just wouldn't wish that she has to be. So, all right, I'm gonna have to go through the witness and exhibits from Omar on behalf of Mike tomorrow because it's been almost 2 hours, it's been almost 2.5 hours. My bad.
Yeah.
And I gotta play Pokemon before bed because it just came out today. So
I gotta walk the dogs.
Is this a Pokemon Go? What is this?
No, it's the new game. The new game that came out. It's Pokemon like ZA or something. I don't know. I don't even know how to pronounce it.
What is it on the Switch? What's this on?
Yeah, Switch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just downloaded it. All right, guys. Thanks, everybody, and I will see you all soon.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
We're getting there, guys.